Yep. That's one thing I noticed what we need to do. Let me know one. Let's let this motherfucker rip.
Right now?
Yep.
Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another edition of Hockey Night in Scottsdale, live from the couch in North Scottsdale. Folks, a Thursday night matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the visiting Colorado Avalanche, a matchup of a couple of years ago, the Stanley Cup final. Was it last year, Bob? Nope, sorry, 2 years ago
2
that
years
was.
ago.
But a great matchup tonight. The Lightning wearing their blacks and the Avalanche, the visiting team, wearing the white jerseys. Bobby Gucci alongside Jay Swish. Ladies' night here in Scottsdale. Gooch, how we feeling? I know you're a little under the weather from the 4-4 bender we just came out of. We finally ended that with the wasted management and the Super Bowl, but good to have you here. I know it's a Jordan-like flu game for you, but as always, nice to have you joined here on the couch, brother.
Yeah, thanks. It's just what happens, when you're a 30-year-old asshole, you learn that you can't really go on these benders anymore. And it's unfortunate because, Swish, let's face it, I like drinking. And, had ourselves a weekend out here, but now we're back on the couch. It's ladies' night. It's Thursday. So let's dedicate this stream to the ladies out there, all those hot ladies out there watching.
Folks, again, get at us in the chat right now if you're following along. We are at the 19:07 marker in the first period as Brandon Hagel collects the puck around his own end line and brings it up the ice. But Bobby Gucci, you mentioned ladies' night. You mentioned Thursday night. Old Town Scottsdale. You know it's going to be buzzing. People are finally getting sober, maybe getting over the flu like yourself, over the wasted management bender. But we have a great matchup tonight featuring some of the league's best. Nikita Kucherov, Nate McKinnon, Cale Makar, to name a few of those players. But I'm excited for this game, Gooch, as we watch on the couch. Chat, get at us as always. Around the 13-minute marker will be the first commercial break of the first frame. But, Gooch, what are you expecting tonight from these teams? I know, again, we're playing a little stung, but as always, we got through it, baby.
Yeah, I like Colorado, that big boy, Western Conference, fuck you hockey. But I think Tampa's going to win this game tonight. I'm going to tell you why. They're wearing the matte black helmets with these Jays Switch. I'm not a big jersey guy, but the matte black helmet, it kind of reminds me of Bo Bennett's Porsche, who famously walked into a Porsche dealership and said, I want the one that's in the showroom, wrapped it matte black. I mean, that's just a rock star move, and I love the helmets, and I think Tampa's going to really take it to him tonight.
Yeah, can you open up those garage doors here at the Porsche dealership? I'm just going to drive this thing out. What do you mean, sir? You going to pay cash? Yeah, it's in my pocket right now in a shoebox, actually in the back of my other Porsche right now. So what a legend that guy is, Bowie Bennett.
Yeah, just a great I don't know if he wants me to go into his finances, but long story short, the guy said, if you can buy this car, go get the cashier's check. He walked down the street, got the check, bought the car. Shout out to Bo Bennett as we're 18-20 remaining in the first period here. First thing, it looks like Tampa is taking control of this game so far. We're not that far in, but yeah.
Call my money guy, move a few $100,000 over, keep the fucking change. I'm going to drive this thing out of here. Anyways, Bobby Gucci, you mentioned the matte black jerseys. They are juicy. I love those helmets. Anytime you're wearing a black jersey, I just think you look that much more nails. The guy that played at North Dakota, when we break out those black jerseys on a special occasion, you mean business. You're going to fucking win that night and hopefully bang the other team's bras. But right now, back to this game right now, 17:50 and counting. Tampa Bay with a hot start on ladies' night over here at Thursday night. But again, Colorado probably just feeling the screws out. This game, though, has looked a lot faster than normal. You know the Eastern Conference, those are high-flying teams. Now, Tampa Bay, they are used to that. Colorado, they're going to have to match that coming over from the West. So look for a nice little game here, Bobby, tonight. But couple guys I'm looking at, see what they're bringing tonight. A guy like Mikey Isamont on this third or fourth line of Tampa Bay, Tyler Mott, a lot of these key intangible players. It sucks that they lose a guy like Sergachev, but again, hopefully they'll be able to add at the deadline because anytime Tampa Bay is relevant come April, Gooch, you know how just much it means to hockey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, I'm sick and tired of Tampa. I'm not going to lie, but you have to respect it. I love that Kucherov just floats around, doesn't even try, and puts up 100 billion points a year, but it looks like fucking Colorado is a little stuck. I don't know if they were hitting the Rippers. Tampa Bay, famously known for its incredible strip clubs. I don't know if their legs are a little loose, but it looks like Tampa is really on them at this stage of the game.
Yeah, especially anytime you come over from the Mile High City, too, you're used to Shotgun Willie's, which is a shout out to John Morant, a great strip club just outside of Denver. But you're playing a road game. You're out from the wives, the girlfriends aren't in town. Maybe they got a little stung. There's a good place called Meat Market, actually. No relation to actual wrenches, but a good spot, a steakhouse in Tampa Bay. So those guys probably went there last night, probably had a couple glasses of wine. You got to shake it off early, but Tampa Bay buzzing. I like their start. And I'm hearing Gooch just around the league as we're about 16:44 to play in the first frame is one guy Tampa Bay, if they can make happen. Now, it would probably mean they aren't able to sign a guy or re-sign a guy like Steven Stamkos, but one name being floated out there, the obvious, Noah Hanifin. Imagine he comes in, he replaces a guy like Sergachev, a left shot, bigger body. He's not Sergachev level in terms of skill, but he's a guy that can come in there and be a legit number 2 and play alongside Hedman or just behind him.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I'll be so fucking mad if he goes to Tampa, but it's kind of hilarious that Calgary's like, dude, here's a lot of money, and he's just like, I've slipped on these sidewalks too many times. It's too cold. There's too much ice. I don't blame him for wanting to go to Tampa and just ride around on jet skis with women with big jammers. Switch.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to a nice set of jammers. We talk about it. We mention it every pod or every live stream we do. Nothing better than a good set of fun bags. Folks, if you're following along right now, 16-10 to play. Tampa Bay riding a 7-game home winning streak as we get a little bit of a look at a couple goals scored by Brandon Hagel, the featured player here on the Tampa Bay broadcast. Folks, again, we will be going to commercial break right around the 13-minute marker is usually when we get the chat buzzing. So get at us in the chat. Where are you tapping in from tonight? Where are you watching as we watch this first face-off in the Tampa Bay zone? And Ross Colton loses that and ultimately collected by Darren Radish, a good right shot defenseman in his second year. He came up with the system in Syracuse. I really liked his game, Gucci. He wears 43. And my cup of Joe in St. Louis, I was kind of not an undersized defenseman, a skilled defenseman wearing 43. So he kind of resembles, not myself, but I just like how he moves the puck. I played against him in the minors. So look for a guy like Radish to have an increased role, especially in the power play with Sergachev out.
Yeah, and it looks like, 5 shots on net. 4. Hey. That was a clean play. There's Radish, though, doing that dirty work in the corner, like you mentioned, Switch, just getting dirty.
Yeah, he's a smart player. He plays alongside the veteran, right? You're playing again with a Norris Trophy winner. So now when you're playing with a guy like Hedman, basically just get the puck over to him. You have to be confident in your own right in your game, in which he is. But when you play with a Norris quality defenseman, a guy that's 6'4", just soaks up so much of the ice in terms of his gap and his reach. You don't have to do a whole lot out there. Just be responsible and be on the right side of pucks. And right there, that battle he won in the corner from Radish was a great play. Staying inside the dots, making a heavy play. And we get a look at Tyler Mott absolutely buzzing through the neutral zone tonight. But I'm looking at Colorado, Gooch, and I'm looking long-term with them. Like Gabe Landeskog, probably going to be done for the season again as he had that same surgery as a lot of those basketball players had. A guy like Lonzo Ball, it's very tough to come back from that. Oh, we get a chance in front. My no hands from, who was that, Sherry?
Good dish, though.
Yeah, he got rid of that thing like he was dumping the puck in there. Jeez, he threw that in the corner and we'll find them.
That's not a penalty. I'm so tired of them calling penalties. Like, did you see the penalty on Letang last night?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God. They called it.
Tampa Bay going to go to the power play very early.
They're starting to call when guys shove with 2 hands. They're starting to call that cross-check. Cross-check, as you know,
yes.
Boom, that's a cross-check. Not the 2-hand shove. That's a weak call. This is a pussy penalty, and the ref should absolutely kill themselves. And I mean that with all due respect.
Right, yeah, just off themselves.
Let's get another look.
Yeah, let's get another. Did you look at that? How about that play against Tom Wilson the other night? When, oh my God, oh my Sherry fella, how your hands, buddy. Get those things warmed up.
Well, watch what they call a cross-check, and I might be wrong.
Take a look here at Isamont.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be. It's a little shove.
Right.
I don't know. But did you see that play the other night against Tommy Wilson where they called an elbow? Who was that against? It was Washington and someone. Check it out of there. But someone, I think it was it Colorado maybe? I don't know who it was, but it was like a play they called an elbow with Tom Wilson and a defenseman going back for the puck. It was like not even close to being an elbow. He got rubbed out. Shout out to rubbing one out. Shout out to the West Garden folks. If you're getting rubbed out in the city, head over to the Garden of the West. Anyways, we're back to the power play here. Tampa Bay with a 2-minute clock here to start the first period. Man, this power play, they're just crispy rice. I
want to say I might be wrong on that one, but in real time, it looked like he went down easy. I think, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of guys going down easy. I'm tired of guys going down on me. Anyway, puck carried in by Kucherov here. Rips it. Only Kucherov can make a pass like that. Did you see that? Backhand pass across the ice, no look probably.
Yeah.
Through tons of traffic.
Yeah, I mean, he just tries whatever is on his mind. And that hit the other night on Tom Wilson was indeed by Josh Manson, who just took that penalty. So, I don't know. Maybe that one you call early in the game, Gucci. But in terms of the play against Tom Wilson the other night when Manson ultimately got an elbow call on him, it was so soft. And I love how Cooch just has no heart rate over there. I tweeted out before the game, his resting heart rate the whole game oh my sick pass, is about 53 beats per minute. I mean, that guy is barely alive, let alone playing a National Hockey League game. Like,
crazy.
Nothing phases him. He's just so sick over there, and he always shows shot and somehow gets a pass through. It's just, he's one of the best half-wall guys in the game, if not the best half-wall guy. Miles Wood gets a little bit of a break inside Hedman.
Miles pick up the pucks after warm-ups. Wood.
Oh, my Tiger Wood. That was a nice little play, though. He dropped his shoulder. It was a good spot. Kuchi dangling. No angle dangle, Kucherov says on Sam Girard as he's able to steer that to the corner. And Steven Stamkos collects the puck right on the left flank as they quiet things down and ultimately get this thing going. So Darren Radish on the second power play now, Gooch. You can take a look at that with Sergachev being out. Normally, obviously, Sergey running that number one unit. And then Hedman sliding on the second unit. But a couple good looks there. I mean, Kucherov is just so fun.
Look at his pass. No look. It somehow gets through Cogliano, who's a veteran. And Stamkos misses the net by just a foot, but he's got a contract due, so he's like, hey, I'll score if you pay me.
Right, yeah. A little bit of a country mile. He missed that thing. But just the way they can just work that puck, though, on the half wall to the goal line in the slot. And Kucherov, the way every time, Rob, he fools guys when he shows shot. It's like the half 1T, and then he always sends it either across the crease to the guy in the goal line, waiting for the backdoor tap in, or it's right into the middle of the ice for a one-timer. He's truly unbelievable at it.
I feel like this power play is taking forever.
Nicky Sticky Paul with a good chance there. Didn't hit the 4x6. Who was that? Was that Alex Bear-Boulet guy? Yeah, he's a jungle legend. This number 12. Played in Syracuse for like 6 years. Always be like a point-a-game guy and never really got a sniff. It's good to see he's kind of working it over there.
Good save. Nick Paul does it all. Traffic in front, but not quite in front of the goalie there. You're going to want to step in front, but yeah, there's a good look at Taylor Radich, who has the haircut of a guy that absolutely loves the Ku Klux Klan. I'm not saying that has anything to do with it. His name is Darren, so that doesn't even make sense.
Per Darren. Yeah, but, his brother's Taylor, though, on the Blackhawks, so you got half points there.
Okay, so we
50
got
points, Gryffindor.
I love these jerseys, dude. I like I said, I'm not that big of a jersey guy, but they look fucking fitted tonight.
Yeah, they do. They look
and
crispy.
Chat,
they look nice. Chat, get at us.
For those of you that are new here, chat. We go to the chat at the commercials. Tell us where you're from. Tell us why is your girlfriend pissing you off? Ask us a question about the game. We get to every single one at commercial break.
Get us fired up here. Get us going. Help us get Gucci's flu game going. The Jordan Light flu game, folks. So get at us in the chat. Ask us anything, again, related to the game. Around the National Hockey League, Bobby Gucci, the People's Insider over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, brought to you by Butter Golf and Heat Daddy merch. As always, folks, on the couch from North Scottsdale, Arizona. Thursday night action live from Tampa Bay with the visiting Colorado Avalanche. And again, it is ladies' night. So, folks, if there's any ladies in there, please tell us your height, weight, and your kill count, and we will get to you and see maybe you deserve a professional tryout. Maybe we can fly you out. But as always, just want to know where everyone's hanging out, watching the game with us. Gooch, tell the people, if you're watching the game, get at it.
Folks, are we back?
We're back.
Are we back? I can't tell if we're back yet.
For awareness, because knowing that your chronic kidney disease and type 2 diabetes.
You're back.
Oh, we're back.
Folks, that is our bad over here. Little tough Wi-Fi.
Why did that happen?
In the desert. I have no idea, but we are back. Folks, we are at a commercial break. We'll try to round it up right now for you. We apologize over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We are a startup company, Bobby Gucci. We don't have any backings, and we are just the people's broadcast. So, folks, again, our bad there. That's actually our first internet outage of the entire season, so we'll stay with it. What's up, baby? How we doing?
Chat, what are we doing here? Are you serious?
Got my Franklin glove on tonight, folks. I got my wig guy dialed in here. I actually have my rollerblades on. I'll throw those on for you. Got the Mars blades. They feel pretty nice. So Swishy is ready to skate away. What do we got going, Bobby?
Yep, that hoodie is clean as a F. Are you ever going to do for the public? Yeah, dude. We're going to put these out. They are sick, actually. I love them. But chat, tell us what's good. I don't know if we have all the chats in here because we had an internet outage. Are you serious? Bedard is back. We are back. The liberal left had no idea that we would be back. But we are back here late to the show, then no Wi-Fi. Time to get it together. We are back in action. We are going to go to a Colorado Avalanche power play. But chat, get at us. We haven't really had a full commercial, which is weird. So talk shit. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you're doing. Ask questions, and we're going to play it right after this. If Tyler Mott sends it the length of the ice, stop by. Whoever wearing is, I don't even know who that is. Number 60 in net. Is that French fuck?
That might be the Frenchman. Folks, again, sorry. We're at the 8:35 marker. Colorado Avalanche on the power play. Right now, 135, 136 remaining on that power play as Cale Makar collects a puck at his offensive dot and sends it rink wide over to Mikko Rantanen. Back to Makar. Ooh, nice shot there. McKinnon able to pick up the puck. Folks, again, sorry about the internet outage. Some things you can control, some things you can't. Some guy is down like Chris Kyle. He just got shot, sniped in the building. Luke Glendening, the veteran out of Michigan, the University of Michigan, 12, 13-year pro. What happened over there to Luke? I didn't get a good look at it because I was watching Cale Makar massage the rock. Oh, high twig. Oh! Little friendly fire there from McKinnon. Sphere. Yeah, the old sphere. Yeah, ooh, did they get him right in the eye? It was under the visor. Oh, that could have been perfect.
He's really struggling to get up here. It looks like an eye poke. You know that
a little tuna poke.
All the guys say that the eye poke is the most painful thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that was right under the visor. You just hope Luke is okay. 13-year veteran. They got the call right there. I think that's a little bit of a errant stick by McKinnon. You got to call that. Lukey looks like be okay as longtime trainer from the Tampa Bay Lightning over there to pick up the wickets and back to 4-on-4 even. Hockey up. Jared Bednar, fella got a haircut the other night. It looks like he's still dusting it off with a touch of gray. Shout out to Just for Men. If you need a little touch, if you need a little gray, go over to your local CVS and pick up, well, a thing of dye. Folks, right now, going to skate 4-on-4 from Tampa Bay. Brought to you by over here, as always, at Hockey Night Scottsdale. Heat Daddy merch and Butter Golf. Heat Daddy, we just announced our live show in St. Louis. That'll be March 2nd. That'll be a matinee game. It's 2 p.m. St. Louis Blues hosting the Minnesota Wild. We'll be at Wheelhouse, which is a downtown loft-style bar, warehousey place I spent a lot of time as a healthy scratch ripping up life up top, they call it. So probably was in there too much. Honestly, watched a game one time as a black ace with some mimosas up there. So probably not proud of that either, but we will be at the Wheelhouse, downtown St. Louis, March 2nd, Saturday. Can't wait for that, fella.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to be in the murder capital of the United States of America. Maybe get Sexy Red on. I've been tweeting at her relentlessly every single day. I've been direct messaging her every day. Please come to the Hockey Night Scottsdale live show in St. Louis. I would love for her and her crew to pull up. Now, Swiss, what are they doing here? Are they examining whether this is a 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Mean, McKinnon basically just chopped this guy's entire nose off. I mean, just call it a 4 minutes and get on with it.
Yeah, it just depends, right? If it's an errant stick, I don't know if there's any blood there, but it was a little bit. Oh, there is blood. So there'll be a 4-minute penalty. It should be on Glendenning there. I didn't see the blood. I didn't see the leakage. But going back to St. Louis, Rob, wait till you see the east side. Now, I hope we don't end up on the east side, but it's the only place you can drink after about 2:30 a.m. So that's going to be a long day shift as is. But knowing us, knowing what we do, this east side, these strip clubs on the east side, oh, my God, the Penthouse.
Are they dark?
Oh, are they ever? Dark as night, fella. You're going to walk in there and you might see some sexy red lookalikes.
Oh,
these girls know how to back that thing up and drop it low, baby.
I want to get backed up on.
Oh, these dump trucks come at you at 7 different kinds of angles, and they steal everything out of your wallet and more, baby. They're stealing your credit report just like that.
It looks like he's okay. It looks like he got him in the corner of the eye there.
Corner of the eye, man.
I'm surprised more Asian people don't play hockey because with the way their eyes are set up, they're less likely to get high stick.
Yeah, you wouldn't think they'd have to even wear a visor, right? No way.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
No penalty.
No penalty. 8:13 remaining. If you're following along with us, folks, I know this isn't on national TV, so it might be a little tough for some of you. We're going to get to the chat in just a bit, but
all that for that, Gucci. So no blood, no foul, even though there was blood and a little bit of a foul. Anyways, we're going to skate 5-on-4 here still. Colorado with the power play. Minute 19 left on this power play. 8:13 if you're following along here, folks. Again, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Colorado Avalanche. This game is at Amsoil Arena. Sorry, I forget the name of that. That's in Duluth, Minnesota. What is it?
Amalie Arena.
Amalie Arena.
It's still named that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yes, it is. So that's Tampa Bay, right on the dock rivers over there of the Tampa Bay. No pun intended. We got a 5-on-4 power play. Colorado, 2 great power plays. We're getting a look at Colorado's first unit again as Mikko Rantanen massages that thing and sends it over to Cale Makar, eventually onto McKinnon. Man, everything he does is just so violent. It's his edges, the way he skates, the way he just even stick handles.
The way he passes that puck. I don't know how that doesn't explode off the guy's tape. Like, the way his crossovers are just different.
They're just different. Everything he does, his movements, like I said, it's just so violent. It's just like
it's like O.J. Simpson on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's like Mel Gibson in The Braveheart. It's a different level of savagery. It's fun to watch, and obviously we get a good look at Cale Makar doing the old 10-2 hips there on his own blue line and making that look like it was ain't no thing. These guys, man, I don't know if I'm picking a power play. If Sergachev's healthy, he's got to be 2 of the best power plays in the league as far as I'm concerned. No.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
I mean, just star power on both of them,
right?
Which is ridiculous.
I mean, obviously you got a team like Edmonton, that's no secret, but just in terms of the number 1 defenseman in the league, you got probably arguably the best player in the league with McKinnon this year, and then on the other side, I mean, if a guy like Sergachev's healthy, it's tough to root against or bet against a guy like Kucherov on that half wall because he's again a 1-2 half wall guy. I mean, he's better than McDavid on the half wall. The way he can work it is just his skill. He's like Picasso with that thing.
Yeah, and I want to mention that people are saying put a mirror so you can see the game with us on February 21st. It's not finalized, but we will be broadcasting Hockey Night in Scottsdale from Mullet Arena, and I'm not positive, but we think you'll be able to watch the game with us. It'll be the first Hockey Night in Scottsdale cast, February 21st, Maple Leafs at the Arizona Coyotes. We will make an announcement once it's finalized. Should be like soon.
Yeah, we're hoping so. We're in talks, obviously, with the Coyotes. We're looking at set up, like Gucci said, a Manning cast the 21st. That is next week against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Folks, that's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a panel work. It's going to be what we do here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, but also being able to watch the game. Tune in with us. We're probably going to be on the second period. We mic'd up as Kucherov gets a little bit of a break, but similar to what we've done in the past with the Coyotes, we mic'd up on the glass maybe for the second period and then back in the booth for the third period. We'll have player interviews. We'll have some in-game interactions, maybe a couple guests on. So we're fired up for that, Gucci. Obviously, it's going to be a great opportunity for us. And anytime you get the Toronto Maple Leafs in the desert, especially with the homegrown 34, putting on a show at the iconic Mullet Arena, I mean, it's not going to be much better, brother.
No, it's going to be great. There's a lot of guys in this game trying to dangle through guys. Like, I've noticed that a lot. There's been a lot of guys trying to Kucherov. Traffic.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Puck's on net, as we always say over here. But, yeah, anytime you get a guy like Kucherov dancing, I mean, point in open space, Gucci. And then you see guys like McKinnon. He's probably thinking, well, fuck, this guy's river dancing out there. I want a ticket to the dance. So,
yeah, it's cookie gang.
Yeah, exactly. You get these guys buzzing around. Eastern Conference hockey is a little bit different. There's a little bit more space out there. It's not as heavy as a game, but it is faster. And I think in terms of a full court game, Colorado right now trying to match how Tampa Bay plays versus just kind of playing their own game.
kind of like hitting on chicks in Southern California versus Northern California.
Yes.
Southern California, it's a little lighter game. It's a little faster game. You move up north to the Bay Area, let me tell you something, Switch. It's a very heavy atmosphere.
You're going to have to peel back to Patagonia, right? Because these girls are used to eating a lot of granola, especially during the wintertime. It's a little bit more gluten in their diet. It's just a little bit heavier of a game. There's more layers to that onion versus it's crop tops and swimsuits down on Newport Beach. So you make a great point there. Shout out to a bunch of girls in Newport Beach, a restaurant, Sharky's. A couple places to spend some time. 5:19 to go, folks. We're going to go to commercial break. Sorry we had some technical difficulties. But as always, we're picking up the steam over here, and the chat always helps us do that.
Gavin, I saw your message from before. Yes, I will be at the game tomorrow. So will Swish. We'll see you there. Can Hockey Night Scottsdale boycott the Wichita Thunder for suspending their camera guy? I got hit with a 2-game sussy for taking a picture with the legendary Diamond Hands. What the hell? Why would they do that?
Why would they suspend you for getting a picture with Diamond Paws Amsbury? I mean, the guy literally took a 10-year break from pro hockey. He was chucking outside of every bar in Western Manitoba. Finally came back to the Eastern Hockey League and just pumped a couple guys' eyes shut. So keep doing your thing over there, Gavin. Good to see you last night, fella. Thank you for wearing the butter golf hat. It was good to see you.
What's the over-under on the chicks at Wheelhouse for our live show on March 2nd, Swish?
I would 7.5.
I think we could see 8 girls there. I'm going to take the over on that.
Yeah, I would say about 7 girls, and they're all drinking Busch Light, which I love. Shout out to St. Louis, Missouri. Folks, will be there March 2nd to see you and the good people of the Midwest. I love the Midwest, Gucci, as you know.
How much are tickets? They're going to be $15 to come in and see the show.
Comes with a mimosa, too.
Oh, it comes with a mimosa, which is good to get the engine going. That's what it takes. All that it takes is one. Somebody just said, take a look at Wheeler's injury and tell me what the diagnosis is. From when? I didn't even know he got hurt.
Billiam, can you send us the link maybe to that Wheeler injury? We'll pull it up here and take a look here. Folks, keep getting at us over here in the chat. We love you as always.
Being a sober Sally tonight, tapping into a water from Mankato, Minnesota, home to Minnesota State Mavericks, the 2022 National Men's Hockey Finalist. That's fine, man. As long as you're tuned in and watching us, we appreciate that. It doesn't matter if you're drinking water, you're drinking Jaeger, or you're shooting up heroin. We appreciate that you're here with us here tonight.
Shoot or shoot, baby.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go back to the game. We're going to go back to the chat. Hold on a minute. Over under the amount of chicks you guys talked to tonight. Swish, I'm going to take the under of 1.
I'm going to take the under of 0, whatever that is, because honestly, we've been on a little bit of a heater over here, a Danny heater, but I don't know. Thursday night, we're going to do this game, probably shut it down, get ready for the weekend, if we're being honest, and a couple losers over here. So, folks, again, right now, back to the game, 5:12, 5:10 remaining in the first frame. Chat, keep getting at us. Again, we'll go to commercial break, probably in and around intermission. I don't know if we'll get another whistle here, but
I'm going to interrupt you, though, because a chick said something. Come to Tampa. If that's actually a real girl in the chat, the answer is okay.
I don't know if that girl looks real in terms of that.
Oh, what a dish!
Dishes your cousin from Red Lake. Holy jumping, Rob. That was a great pass by Mikko Rantanen.
Wow. And now you can see a guy who looks Indian and a white guy high five. You love to see race relations improving every day.
If you can play, you can play.
McKinnon just storming out of the zone.
What a play there by, oh my God, a slip play. But that play all starts with just McKinnon makes that play right at the blue line, Rob, but he violently drives the puck in. He gives Rantanen a little bit of space. Fleury, that defenseman on the left side, put in a little bit of the Campbell soup kitchen, and he makes a nice little outside in play and finds Bo Byram streaking down the wall.
He got
right
behind
to the
there.
backside. Let's look at that little play. A little outside in.
Right to the backside of the honeymoon.
Yeah, right to the back porch, because you're going to light up a blunt and probably talk some things out you shouldn't be talking about. So what a play there. McKinnon, again, through the neutral zone, high step, gets the puck over the blue line, a little east-west play, 6-foot pass. Rantanen, a nice little outside in on Fleury. And then Bo Byram, that headsy play as a defenseman to get up the ice and drive that back post. That's a beauty. That's just the half-court offense right there, Gooch.
Yeah, I think Hagel was complaining about getting held or something, but I didn't see it. We have a 1-0 hockey game, 4:32 remaining in the period.
Yep, folks, again, if you're following along right now, 4:27 remaining.
Chat, let's get buzzing. We're coming up on the intermission. We're going to get to the chat. You guys dictate the fucking chat, dudes. Dictate the show during intermission. So, hold on. Let's see what he's complaining about. Oh, look at that. Byram.
Yeah, a little.
Grabs him by the back.
Right. But the whole play started there because you see that inside out play. You see McKinnon drive through. If he would have held up, well, Cernak would have been able to realize that Byram was streaking down the wall. In that case, he had to play the 2-on-2 on that side of the ice, and Bo Byram gets a step on Hagel because he uses that little swim move. Nice little play by Byram. It's all about what you can get away with in this life, Rob, right? You know that as a true Samaritan yourself.
Yeah, it's almost like in the NFL when they call holding. It's like, well, there's holding every play. It's just a matter if you get it matters if you get caught doing it or
right.
not.
It's like a lot of people drunk drive. The people get caught, well, you have the breathalyzer on for the next 6 months. There's a lot of people that still stick handle out there. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's just the God honest truth.
Yeah, I would say that you probably shouldn't operate machinery under the influence, but people still do it, and they're going to still do it. Wow, what a save right there.
Vasilevsky, one of probably the best goalie in the league, Rob. I was talking about this on the pod this week. It's just, Zach Parise, born in 1984.
Zach Parise!
You always forget he's on the team. Born in 1984 out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Gets a puck on a net there. Like, the guy's 40 years old.
Good shot.
Yeah, good chin.
It's just like, is he in debt? Or does he love the game that much?
He literally loves the game that much. I mean, this guy's a freak. He played at North Dakota. It was just like early 2000s. He's just that big of a freak, and he keeps in that good of shape where he's like, I'll wait it out, similar to what Philly Kessel's doing now, and I'll pick my team. But Zach, I mean, he's got 6-7 years on Phil. 5 years. Phil's an 87. I mean, so he's got 3 or 4 years on him. I mean, Parise's an 84, man. That's crazy.
That is fucking crazy. I don't know why they were losing connection on Twitter, but what are your thoughts on Phil Kessel? Because they keep having these mini stupid commercials.
Yeah, it's weird. Should we go to the other broadcast, maybe the Avalanche at the period? Folks, right now, again, if you're following along, we are at the 3:48 marker. We have 1-0, the Colorado Avalanche. Again, that goal was scored by Bo Byram, streaking down the backside, the Georgia backside reverse. If you've ever watched, remember the Titans. We're going streaking right through the quad into the gymnasium, as they say in old school Frank the Tank. But again, been a good game so far. A couple power plays. Very high pace, actually, over here at Amalie Arena in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I like to see both these teams. I mean, they're both – we could maybe get a preview of a Stanley Cup. I don't know if it'll happen this year, if we'll run that back, because I think Sergachev, that injury just really hurts that back end. Now, if Tampa Bay can go get a guy like Noah Hannafin, like we talked about earlier, well, maybe it can happen. I was actually talking to a pro scout of the Tampa Bay Lightning last night over at Mullet Arena, and I was saying, hey, are you guys going to get Hannafin? He's like, well, he's one of the guys we got to go get potentially. So I don't know if a guy like Chris Tanev, if you bring him in, Rob, puts a little bit more of a Band-Aid on that back end. I still think you need a guy that can come in and run a second power play. Now, can that be Radish, or is that someone like Hannafin? Hannafin, it gets a little trickier because you'd have to lock him up probably to a sign and trade in terms of he's going to want a long-term deal wherever he's going. And I just don't know if they have the cap space there in Tampa Bay to do that.
Dude, I mean, listen, if teams are bringing in Zach Parise, Swish, do you bring in Lee Stepniak? Do you bring in Brian Giunta? I mean, I know for a fact you're very close to the situation that Giunta is still doing plyometrics outside the arena in Boston waiting to get signed. I mean, at some point, when Zach Parise slides back in the league, you're going to need a Hannafin. So if I'm Tampa, I'm throwing everything at him. I'm including a couple of jet skis, including a couple of chicks with fake jammers. Do whatever you can to get Noah Hannafin out of that snow-ridden Calgary. Shout out to Calgary. Get him down to crazy-ass Florida, and let's make another run at the fucking cup here.
Florida, man. A sunny place for some shady people. What a spot that is. Yeah, if you're,
the chicks are insane.
If you're looking at a guy like Julian Breesbaugh here, and you're like, okay, can I go get Hannafin? What's it going to take? Do I have to – maybe Hannafin's got a gal there, but maybe we can delay her visa a little bit. Hey, we can't get her in the country. We have these two girls living with you for the playoff run. And maybe you chew on a little bit of less AAV because you're giving them some stipends off the ice. I don't know how that looks, but you mentioned a guy like Brian Giunta. Remember that comeback he made? That was the funniest thing ever. Did you actually think a guy that's 5'7" and hadn't played hockey?
Oh, hey! Right here? Yeah, it just went right off his fucking kneecap. He isn't warm up.
God. Right?
Are you serious?
There is no point in warm up because why would there be when you can just take a little friendly fire from the Colorado Avalanche? Did that hit his stick? Did that hit his body? What did that hit?
I think it hit a wrench switch.
Did that go wrench in? Oh my God, it was a wrench fest like over at Wasted Management.
Oh yeah, it just kind of deflected.
Soft play by Sammy Girard there. He's trying to clear it up the middle or get a hold of it. Yep. Yeah. It went right off his midsection, long way from the heart as it hits his sternum, but.
You want me to play on one leg?
I'll play on one leg.
I'll play on one leg, you fucking retard.
Hey, how about Braden Point, though? Moose Jaw Warrior, Bobby. And during his days with the Moose Jaw Warriors, he would smoke darts with his dad, his billet dad, like on the back patio, like go in the hot tub, one of his rituals.
That's so cool.
Have a couple of darts. It was rumored to believe, and I think this is confirmed per sources, where Pointer would just be stealing darts from his billet dad like all the time. Like he'd always just need one just to kind of light up and get that, that dart in your system. There's nothing like a good dart.
Yeah, no, especially there's nothing like a good dart, and it's really cool to have a dad in your life, Swish. I mean, I can't imagine what that's like, but yeah, everyone loves a good dart every now and then. I actually had one the other day at Coach House. When we were there.
Yeah, you did have a dart. Yep.
Yeah, had a dart, and it felt good. It feels good to smoke sometimes. And
if you're smoking in present day 2024, you're an absolute nail gun.
I mean, why not? Why not?
If you're all the science behind a dart, you still have a Camel Turkish Unfiltered just lighting up in your back pocket, and you're going to mow down 3 or 4 of those that night because you're going to have 10 drinks. So that's usually it's about every other, right? 1 dart to 1 beer ratio. So, folks, again, if you're following along right now, 2:27 to play here in the first period. We have 1-1, a little bit of a friendly fire goal in terms of that last one by Braden Point, kind of driving the net, honestly, just trying to forecheck Gerard. Gerard makes a soft play. The puck gets on edge and ultimately redirects it into Pointer's chest and is able to bury that.
For everyone in here, chat, we're going to get to you at the intermission. We always read the chat. If you don't watch this broadcast, comment your questions, comments, concerns. Why are you mad? Like, what kind of fucking – what's your social security number? What's your health looking like? What did the doctor say? Back to the game, Swiss. 2:22 remaining. If you're following along, Colorado Avalanche, Tampa Bay Lightning. It's been a good game.
Yeah, it's been a good game. And again, if you're battling health elements in all seriousness, if you need a Z-Pack, get at me in my DMs. I got a guy for everything. I got a wig guy, a fur guy, and a Z-Pack guy. So, folks, again, if you're following along, Kale McCarr taking that puck high and dry down the left lane there, just flying around the outside, trying to get a shot on Vasilevsky. But, yeah, it's been a great game here so far, Bobby Gucci. We got a live look with little under 2 to play. I got my rollerblades on tonight. Feel good. Yeah, I got my Mars blades on. They feel juicy. So, folks, anytime you can hit the sheet or you need to skate away or skate into something, well, you can never be too prepared. So we got the rollerblades on tonight. The old Bowers Mars blades. How the hell are you? They feel pretty good. I might go for a little cruise after. A little Victor. Ted Cruz, Victor Cruz, whatever it is.
Oh, Kucherov slammed the fucking door shut.
1-2 dipsy do dunkaroo. My God, that was straight out of Dickie V's playbook there, Bobby Gucci. As you say, are you serious?
Are you serious?
What a pass!
Are you? When I go like this, I want the chat to write serious. Are you?
What a little play there, man. Let's take a look at this. So Hagel wins a battle. He gets it over to Hedman. He gets a shot on net in terms of Hagel. Then they win this puck back. How did they lose this in the slot here?
Devon Toews kind of coughs it up, goes on an edge.
Little 1-2, and oh, man, that's a great play. Hagel, so smart there. Waited out a little bit. Kind of sell like you might shoot it. Slide it right over to Kucherov. Let him get set. He lets him get turned around. He's able to find him right on that backside. And, I mean, you're not going to stop that if you're the netminder there. Kucherov, 35th of the season. Are you kidding me? This guy's unbelievable.
What an absolute freak of nature. I can't believe they're not letting Russia play in the Four Nations thing. Like, you got to let Russia play, Swift. Shout out to the Live in 5 pod you guys are talking about.
Did you see that? I mean, there's nothing sicker than Russian hockey. I love Russian hockey. I love the swag. I love their style. I love how they all get these guys together in terms of they put all these skill guys that just have insane skill together, tinted visors, yellow skates, all cokeheads, sure. Probably been in the players' assistance program. They all smoke darts. They're all too drunk to get on planes. I mean, Russian hockey tracksuits. No showers. Everything about Russian hockey is so nails, and I just wish it's not a tournament best on best unless you have Russian hockey, because that is my favorite style. I mean, think about a guy like Alexei Kovalev back in the day. Think about a guy like Alex Semin. Alex Semin, I mean, he played almost every game drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was so dirty. And you got guys that don't even play in the NHL, or maybe they come over like Shipachyov, who signs for $3.5 million. He does 3 games in the NHL. I said, yeah, I'm good. I can make more back home. And honestly, this league's too hard.
Yeah, it sucks that they're like kind of blackballing players. It's not like the players are invading Ukraine. And also, like, I don't know what's going on over there, but it has nothing to do with hockey. Let the Russian guys just play. 26 seconds remaining in the first period here as Samuel Girard skates it north, gets the red, hammers it down into the corner.
I mean, it's just the way, like, those power plays, like Kovalchuk, Ovechkin, Gino Malkin, Kucherov. I mean, these guys are Panarin. Like, how do you not have the Russians? Those jerseys are so sick. Like, I need a Russian jersey right now. I'm just trying to think who I want to get. It'd probably be Kovalev with the white skates.
I'll get
Warrior stick. Like, those guys are just so juicy.
Yeah, they are. I would probably go with like a Datsuk, like the classic.
Yeah, or Sergei Zubov.
Oh, that's sick too.
Folks, right now we're going to the commercial. We're going to the intermission break, about 17 minutes. So get at us in the chat. Ask us anything. Let's get this chat buzzing. We have about 154 odd people here live right now. So load up those questions. Where are you tapping in from? Where are you drinking from? It's ladies' night. Are you having a few? What are you doing watching this game with the boys? Anything around the national you'd like to know? The People's Insider, Bobby Gucci. Again, we said we're going to St. Louis here in March. So, folks, get at us in the chat. We have about 15 to 17 minutes right now. What's going on?
How many points does Kucherov finish the season with, Swish?
I would say, what's he at right now? 90-odd points, I would say.
No.
Yeah, he's at about 90, maybe just under. I would say, I don't know, 130 is probably safe.
What a sick fuck.
I got to retweet the link here.
Out of all the foreigners y'all have played with, what country has the chillest, fellas? Chillest? You know what, man? Does it make sense to say Russia? Because they're not necessarily chill, but they don't give a fuck. So I don't know if that falls under the category of chill.
I would say like Swedish guys are really chill. I would say probably Swiss guys are pretty chill. The Russians, man, they might be chill on the ice, but you get these guys on the berg, you get them together. If you have a couple of Russians on the team, I mean, they're drinking vodka till failure. They're hammering borscht. Like, these guys are nuts. So I would say those guys probably aren't the chillest. But Swedes, usually, if you have a Norwegian, a lot of those Nordic countries, those guys are pretty chill. Finns, if you get them on the piss, they turn into a totally different person. I remember playing with like a couple of Finnish guys, Rob, and it seems like even playing in Helsinki, like some of these guys, like you wouldn't think they speak English until about halfway through the year. Then you get to a Christmas party and they won't shut the fuck up. It's like, dude, did you literally just take Rosetta Stone and learn this whole language like 2 weeks ago, or were you just icing me the whole time? So those Finnish guys on the vodka, when they go, baby.
Yeah, I think it's actually awesome the way Russian players conduct themselves. If I was a GM, would I draft them? Absolutely not, but I really do like it. Let's see here. Do you guys think what do you boys think about the ACHA? What do you think could be improved?
What is that, Atlantic hockey?
No, it's college club hockey.
Oh, college club hockey.
You know what, man? I don't know what can be improved because I feel like they're already doing a good job at the amount of teams there are. There's a decent amount of talent in club hockey. I mean, Swish, you played at fucking North Dakota.
Yep.
So to you, that's like you laugh at that shit. But for me, like I played in the ACHA a little bit, and there's some kids there that just are mental whack jobs, but they're great at hockey. And everyone's there for a different reason. But I think it's good, man. I mean, look at fucking club hockey in Tucson, Arizona, Tucson. It's incredible. They treat it like the NHL. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know a ton about it, but I do respect guys that play hockey at any level and play the game as long as you can. Seriously, no matter if it's club hockey, it's D3, even if it's just fucking a rec league, house league. Like, there's no better sport to be around, Rob. You know that, and whether you're just hanging out with the boys at any level, I think if you truly enjoy it, play that game of fucking ice hockey because guys come out of everywhere. I mean, I'm looking at a guy like Eddie Matsushima who plays actually in the Eastern Hockey League right now. He's a guy I went to school with at North Dakota. He played D3 River Falls. Shout out to the Flying Hawaiian. Shout out to DJ Soy Sauce. If you're listening, fella, keep ripping it up. He rips up the East Coast Hockey League, Rob, but he played D3 at River Falls. He's a guy that plays at 3 Ice League in the summers. So I just look at guys that can kind of come out of anywhere. And, ultimately, Soy Sauce will probably play a couple games in the American Hockey League this year just because he stayed with it. So you never know.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm testing out the different fonts here. Returning to the Sacred City Grand Forks anytime soon. Swish, you know my stance on this.
Yeah.
I would love to go back.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense this year to get back there. We're hopefully going to be there, boots on the ground for the Frozen Four, if not the Frozen Face-Off. We're lining up a live show in Minneapolis, probably sometime in and around March or April, depending on how the Sioux do. So Grand Forks will probably be, honestly, put on pause until next year. But you bet your asses Bobby Gucci and Swish will be back up there. We'll have Ozzo on again. We'll do a live show, probably from Joe Black's. I cannot wait to get back up there. I've been up there twice this year, and every time, man, it's just such a bender, and it's so goddamn fun.
How many NHL games did you play?
42, fella. That is plus one playoff game. So 43, 42 and a hook.
Fellas looking good tonight, especially Swish. Swish is going all out. He's got the wig. He's got the jacket.
Yeah, did you see this jacket? Shout out to North Dakota, by the way. Got the Sioux jacket on. Got this, actually, I bought this off a guy who
got the rollerblades.
Rollerblades on. I mean, we're going simple jack. We're going full retard over here. So thank you, brother.
What is the People's Insider thinking about Marc-Andre Fleury getting dangled at the trade deadline?
You know what?
Really?
I don't know. I mean, in terms of he's at a lower cap hit. Billy Guerin, it's going to be interesting to see what he does at the deadline. Now, I watched them last night at the Mullet Arena, the iconic Mullet Arena. I don't love their game, if I'm being honest. If they're a playoff team, they're one and done. So I think Billy G has to be really calculated with what he does. Now, I don't think you go out there and add guys to your team, but do you subtract a guy like Marc-Andre Fleury, the legend, make him move again, uproot his family? If that's something the Flower is open to willing to do as a 40-year-old player, then all right to make the move. But I think you have to go to Flower's camp and your boy Alan Walsh and ask him, hey, do they want Flower on the move? Does he want to go try to win? Then maybe it makes sense because he's such a good goalie. And I think as a number 1B, I don't know if he can be your starter now. I think he can, but I think he's more of a 1B where maybe your first guy you're 95% sure on, but you need that little extra oomph. And Flower's a guy that I would bring in. So that would be my stance on it. Go talk to Flower's camp, see if it's something he wants to do, and then ultimately make a decision from there.
Does Pasta score 50? He's got 34 already. I would never bet against that guy.
Yes.
I mean, one of the best shots in NHL. Very deceptive player. I feel like he scores in bunches, and he's reliable. I don't want to say scores in bunches, but
he punches in bunches. His brother's a retard. Skitsy Doubleday.
What do you boys think of Whitney hopping back on the Oil bandwagon? I don't know. Did he fall off? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
but he was probably disappointed in their start. I mean.
Yeah, right? I don't know. Good for that. Yep.
Where does Sid get this to?
Sid Crosby, if he were to go anywhere now, this would be so hard. This is similar to a Patty Kane-like situation. Probably even more emphasis on it because he is a founding father of the game, as far as I'm concerned. Not a founding father, but a Mount Rushmore-like character. Sid on the move, I think the only team that he'd be willing to go to, and this is a People's Insider. You heard it here first. The Boston Bruins.
Oh, no.
Who needs help in the middle of the ice? The Boston Bruins. Who's their number one center right now? Charlie Coyle. Who's one of his best friends that he trains with in the summer? Brad Marchand.
No.
Sidney Crosby, you heard it here first, folks, from Hockey Night in Scottsdale, the People's Insider. If he's going anywhere, he's going to the Boston Bruins.
I'll be so mad because all these douchebag Boston fans that I'm friends with, they're going to be so happy. It's going to be make me miserable.
Yeah, I would say that's the only spot I could see Sid going to. But again, it's very hard to take the kid out of there. You know what I mean? You can take Sid out of Pittsburgh, but you can't take the Pittsburgh out of Sid. It's very tough to do. I don't know if that happens. I'm just saying if, right?
Yeah. In non-hockey related news, is it bad to hit the bong during the workday if you work from home? Absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely not. It's a funny story. I used to whack a 3-foot bong every day I got back from the rink for probably 3 straight years. And you know what? It kind of got me back in it. You know what I mean? You get a little sativa in you. You get done from the rink. Maybe you're still working. Maybe you're doing different things. It just makes things more fun, Rob, when you can hit that 3-footer. You get the peace pipe out, and there's nothing wrong with smoking a little dope.
Yeah, no, I would encourage everybody. If you're going through a hard time out there, always turn to drugs and alcohol switch. It's the best thing you can possibly do. From Julia, earlier I meant host a watch event in Tampa. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be good. I think we're trying to start with the cities that we know that we could, get a venue to say, all right, come on down. Tampa might be a little bit more difficult, but I would fucking love that, dude. It'd be awesome.
Tampa Bay would be great. I mean, like we said before, Florida, sunny place for some shady people. There's fake sets. There's jet skis. There's a lot of people doing a lot of different things, all goofed up on Mountain Dew. So I do love the Sunshine State. Hopefully, maybe one day we will be there.
Parlayed Pasta first goal with McDavid first goal. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. We thinking Conrad tucks one early. I mean, never count Connor McDavid out right now, especially with that wagon that they're going on.
Yeah, we were on the 300 seconds with the Iceman today. Shout out to Elio from Barstool. And he was asking us for some picks. And I said the over-under in the St. Louis Blues at the Edmonton Oilers tonight. That was 6.5, 6 and a hook. So, yes, pour on those goals. McDavid, anytime he's coming off a 6 assist, especially one of those elite players, Rob, you know how good you feel going back to the rink that next time? It's an addictive feeling. It's like, I cannot wait to do that again. And I think that's the exact feeling he's got going in this game. He's going to be flying around. He's probably going to have 1-1 in the first period. Hyman's going to be buzzing. Drat's going to be buzzing. Those guys, the way they ended that third period the other night against Detroit, I just think they're going to carry that on into tonight. So look for that. And yes, hammer that, please.
Switch, you look sexy tonight. Any comments on AHL All-Star Cole Schneider?
Yes, Cole Low and Slow Schneider, a longtime jungle player. I believe he's played 13-odd years in the jungle. One of those guys that's just a national treasure. Shout out to Nick Cage of the AHL. Plays for the Chicago Wolves. I played against him when he was in Milwaukee. I played against him when he was at Texas Stars. He's one of those guys, Rob. He's just always around the front of the net. He's just somehow always on your Ring doorbell. Like, what are you doing at my door at 3 a.m? Well, he's just there. He's ready to booze. He's ready to watch a game. He's ready to tuck one in. He's ready to slide in on your girl. He's just one of those guys that's always around just at the right time. And yeah, he's, like I said, he's a national treasure of the jungle, a guy that puts up a bunch of goals. So shout out to Cole Schneider. A lot of those guys from the underground don't get a lot of love, but dude, if you can play 10, 12 years in the AHL, I always look at it, I always said to the boys, it's like when your Uber is surging. Times that by 1.75, 1.25 compared to years in the NHL, because it's that much harder to play in the Afternoon Hockey League versus the NHL.
Yeah, definitely. Is Sheldon Keefe holding on by his fingernails? I mean, what are they going to do? How many fucking coaches are they going to go through?
Yeah, they're not going to fire him this year. Brad Treliving is going to give him the chance this year. I firmly believe within that organization, starting at the top with Brendan Shanahan and the president, from what I hear as a People's Insider, they don't feel their team is ready to win. Now, Morgan Riley gets a 5-6 game suspension. That's going to hurt them. They're going to have to go through a little bit more of a rut in terms of defensively. So I think long-term, they're thinking, you know what, we're going to hold right now. We'll play this low and slow. This is probably not our year, but we're going to have to revamp this thing on the fly because we have this core four making all this money, and it just hasn't worked to date.
Over under 27.5 Bud Lights at the live show in St. Louis. Hopefully the crowd goes over 275 beers.
Wrench Lights, yes, 100%. In all seriousness, folks, if you're in St. Louis and you're in and around, well, the beer city, please come to the live show March 2nd. Get at the boys. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a matinee start. It's going to be about 12 o'clock off the box, off the tips, as I like to say. So that'll bleed right into the game at 2 o'clock over at the Enterprise Center. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I think just come out, tell your friends, we're gonna have a goddamn ball, baby. Wake up and just get fucking cut.
Is Gary gonna rig the draft again and send Celebrini to Chicago? Could you imagine if Chicago gets Celebrini? I would literally fly to Gary's house and take a gigantic crap on his doormat. I mean, Chicago, no, that's not gonna happen. I think Celebrini is gonna end up being like fucking dude. Give Arizona the first round pick. I know they don't have the first overall pick. I know they don't want to because the shit that's going on here, but
I know. I just think he's going to end up in San Jose, Man Jose, like we always talked about, or it's somehow going to be Chicago. It's just one of the two. No in between there. It's just somehow these guys might end up with another first overall pick.
Switch, you'll have good insight on this one. When a player gets a contract, is there usually a dip in production? Thinking about like, you know, all right, I got my paper. Let's relax a little bit. What do you think?
Well, think about how high on alert you are if you're Willie Nylander. You're thinking every day, I got to prove my worth, and I actually have to increase my value. So just as a human, think about that, Rob. If you can make another $1 million a year and squeeze that down just to a short-term kind of thing where, hey, if I go play my ass off for 30 games, which is 2 odd months, how much harder would you work in those 2 months if you could get $2 more million a year for the next 8 years? Think about it like that. How much more dialed in you'd be. How much more you'd be getting up early. You wouldn't be boozing. You'd be just fucking dialed in. So I think once you sign that deal, obviously just being a human, the natural reaction is going to be a little bit of dip and play. You kind of relax. You get fat and happy. I just signed for $92 million. I can breathe now. So that's what Willie Nylander is going to go through. And honestly, he was playing so above his skis in terms of the best hockey of his career. Now, I think he's going to stay on the trajectory. It just, that's what happens. That's a natural reaction. He'll be okay. But you know, when you're trying to sign for the bag, you're going all out for it.
Yeah. Yep. And hey, Switch, you said you were boots on the ground for US Wild. How nasty is Matt Boldy? Top 10 underrated players, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, top 10 here. I mean, top 10 underrated players. I guess that's a fair statement. I like his game. I mean, what is he making? About 7 and a hook. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's a very dynamic player in terms of up and down the ice, but east-west, I mean, you saw him absolutely river dance a guy like Matt Dumba last night. I mean, he put him inside out. He put him on the twister board and said, peekaboo, here's my wrench. So I really like his game. I think he's a guy that needs to play with a guy that's a high-flying winger. So when he plays with Kaprizov, I think those guys work really well together. I think there's still levels to his game he'll get to. But, yeah, I really like his game. I think he's a good, solid young player.
Kind of talked about this, but do you think the Bruins add a legit goal scorer? I mean, Brian Giunta is still unsigned. I don't know why they're not signing Brian fucking Giunta. The Bruins have no idea what they're missing out on.
I think they're holding the wings for Sid.
Yeah,
but I don't know if Sid's going to go.
No.
I don't think Sid's going to go, but I think they're holding out to like the slight chicken dicks chance they can go get a guy like Sid Crosby. Again, there's some other names floating out there that they could go get. Maybe add a guy like Frankie Vetrano. a local Boston kid just outside of Boston. He would be a great fit there. He's been in the organization before. He comes at a lower cap hit.
I like that.
He's a guy that can score 30 goals. He's up for the Cy Young in terms of goals to assist ratios every year. He's almost going to be a 30-goal guy this year, maybe even more. So look for a guy like that to maybe be on the move if Anaheim doesn't see him in their foreseeable future in terms of the rebuild.
All right, repeat question. We're going to do it for all the new listeners out there. Hey, fellas, can you explain low and slow hockey again?
Low and slow hockey. So what low and slow is, if you haven't played the game or if you have played the game, coaches at every level, and especially when you get up into the junior pro ranks and college, is they always preach to the center iceman, be low and slow. So what that means is when you're coming back into the zone, always be a presentable option for your defenseman. So come low. Come below the dots, become below, right on top of that blue paint in terms of the goalie crease, and be low and slow. So when you don't do a flyby, come in slow. Give your D-man an option. Talk to him. Hey, fella, I'm available. I'm on the goal line. I'm low, and honestly, blow some snow. So just come to a stop. Be real low, be real slow. So come in low and slow. So how that relates to a night out? Well, just be low and slow. Start your night off just kind of easing into it. Don't go full retard right off the bat. You don't have to go high and hard with it. Come in real low and slow. Be mature. Head on a swivel. Where are my options? And then as the night goes, now we can get up the ice and fucking go on the attack. But come in low and slow. That center iceman, that's key. Especially for me being a defenseman, you always wanted a guy that came in low, came in slow, maybe blowed some snow, a little keyer, and get there and be an option for me. And then we'll get out of the zone and we'll go up the ice. So that's what low and slow is and how it relates to going out.
Follow-up recommendation for a live show location, Minnesota. If you go to Minneapolis, Cowboy Jacks for St. Paul, Tom Reed's on the Truck Park on 7.
Yeah, we're looking at Tom Reed's right now. So I'm actually in talks with a guy out of the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. It's not Tom Reed, but it is a friend of the show, and hopefully we'll be set up there at Tom Reed's. I think it's a better location in terms of where all the action will be for either the Frozen Face-Off or the Frozen Four. So be on the lookout for that. Gucci actually got a call last night from an insider in Las Vegas to the north. We're potentially going to set up a show there. I wanted to tell you right on.
Hell yeah.
Right on live television.
Oh, fucking right.
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
Yeah. So Winnipeg, be ready. It'll be in and around the first round of playoffs, by the way.
Holy
So
fuck.
I forgot to tell you that.
Love that city. I've been once or twice in the past week. Great city. Wheelhouse be rocked for Hockey Night Scottsdale. Yes, it will be. Tickets are on sale now. Get them. They're on our Twitter feeds. Mitch Blood from Harlem checking in. Absolutely love hearing where you're from. Harlem's in the motherfucking house.
Harlem Shake.
What shows more disrespect, empty net clappy or hitting the gritty?
I love both. I think both are great for the game, man. I mean, honestly, like I played with a kid like Wallman. He's a little bit of a showboat. I don't mind that. I'm a guy that wearing a mullet wig, sitting on my couch being an asshole, talking like a fucking announcer. So I just think hockey needs more personality. I love the clapper. I also love what Morgan Riley did. If you're going to do that to our net, I'm going to put your chin on the glass and I'm going to staple you with my stick in terms of cross check. The gritty, why not, baby? I mean, just let's get this game going. Hockey, it needs more spice, man. It needs a little more ice spice. Like, let's get shaking and moving out there. And I love both, man. Grow the game however you can. And those are ways you show personality. So fuck it.
All right, we are, I don't know what this means. Fannie Willis thoughts.
Fannie Willis.
I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Any relation to Bruce?
Did I miss Carcillo? I'm not exactly sure what that means, folks. But get at us in the chat.
Okay, that was actually that was a good
chat. That was a good chat.
That was really good.
Intermission, I'm going to tweet it out. Beginning of the second period.
Yep, folks, we are now back for the second period. As always, live from the couch in North Scottsdale, Arizona. Folks, right now we have a game that features the home team, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the visiting Colorado Avalanche. Brought to you always by Butter Golf and Heat Daddy merch. Folks, Hockey Night Scottsdale, Thursday night action live from the Sunshine State as we get a good look here at Luke Glendening massaging the rock, going into the end wall as Josh Manson plays him nicely and steers him out of harm's way. Sam Girard corrals the puck and throws it off the window with a little bit of Windex. How are you, fella? Clean the windows, baby. This ain't no picnic. We got a game right now, Bobby.
Ain't no picnic, bitch.
Ain't no picnic. 2-1 we got in the action. Folks, if you're following along, 19-18 remaining in the second frame. We have a great game here. Eastern Conference versus Western Conference. A matchup of two teams that played in the Stanley Cup Finals just 2 years ago. Now, a lot of turnover there, Gucci, but still a couple of faces that remain the same. As much as things change, some things remain the same. We still have a lot of star players as we're going to get a power play here. I'm not sure who's going to the box.
See what happens.
Ratman. Slash. Can't do that.
I didn't see it. I saw McKinnon at the puck, dish it off to Rantanen, and then a lot of power plays in this game. But
folks, keep loading up that chat right now. Again, usually around the 13-minute marker, we go to commercial break, and we get back in the chat. That was an excellent chat in the first intermission. You guys got us going here. Now, again, 2-1 right now.
Where's the slash?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Mikko looks confused as well. The Finnish Flash are not going to show up because it's the Tampa Bay Lightning broadcast, but I'm not sure. Anyways,
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, we're going to skate 5-on-4 here as Victor Hedman corrals the puck. And just Cooch, man, just watching him massage that puck on that right flank it's truly something. You know he's looking for point. You know he's looking for Stamkos across the box. Just the way he just like throws it in too. Like he doesn't even look or even like really think.
He doesn't even care.
No, he doesn't. It just somehow works too. How does it always gets through?
I feel like if you're a defenseman on Colorado, you can literally have a gun pointed at this guy's head, locked and loaded, and he's not even going to give a fuck.
No, he
he's
won't.
Got his sleeves rolled up. He's sliding around pucks, tape to tape, through trap. Like, look at this.
Look at that.
It's so effortless. I mean, I would honestly
look at that.
I might touch this guy's branch.
Look at that look though he gave Hedman there, right there. Like he sucked everyone to the goal line, and Hedman was able to get right around the top of the circles and had a clear look at the netminder. I mean, that was unbelievable, and that's not even that's like their fourth option right there. Like. That's a pretty good look in terms of a grade A. I mean, Hedman kind of sifted one in there, but that's like his fourth option. He still gets one of his guys a grade A. Like this guy, he's literally Picasso on that fucking
Sucks
ball.
guys right in.
Oh, he sucks him in like
hockey is about sucking guys.
Oh, sucking a golf ball out of a garden hose like the girl the other night. Jesus Christ.
As Stamkos catches the puck in the blue line, dumps it back into the corner first. Sorelli who takes a spill. Holy fucking shit.
Holy Digger Phelps on Sorelli. Get those fucking true skates.
Holy grave digger.
Oh my, Gilbert Brown, the grave digger. Straight out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yeah, that's power play.
Yeah. 18 minutes for those that are syncing up with us. 17:59, 17:58, 17:50.
Oh,
that was sick. Who did that?
Of course he did.
I want to suck this guy off. It's so good.
He's so juicy.
Oh, what a save. Dude. Number 60. What is this guy's name?
I don't know. Well, they sent Prosotov down, and their other goalie's obviously the other Russian that came over, Georgiev. But I don't know who this netminder is. Chat, do we know who he is? Did he come up from the jungle? Was he in the Always Hungry League and came up, or where's he been playing?
Always hungry.
Always hungry, fella. You get $14 for per diem.
Who is that?
You never eat. You're always on a Southwest bird. That's like the Always Hungry League, man. You're just miserable. You're floating around at a 5 a.m. bird. Starbucks is closed at the airport. You have 4 connecting flights. Like it's just you're always hungry, no matter where you are. That's why you're grinding, baby.
The Always Hung League.
The Always Hung League is right too, because you're fucking going out every night in that league. Folks, back to the game right now. 40 seconds remaining in the Tampa Bay power play. Oh, nice little slip play there. Right back to Cooch. Oh, it's got to be over to Cooch.
Look at this power play. Hedman, Stamkos, Kucherov, Point, and Nick Paul does it all. What an absolutely R-word power play. Like, how do you stop it?
How funny is it, too, that the only guy that changed was the net front guy in Sorelli because his skates were fucked up. Like, these guys are going to stay the full 2 minutes, and the second power play, not even going to get a sniff.
I mean, they're controlling the puck well. It's just not a lot of grade A's.
No.
Credit to Colorado, too, right?
And the one thing you notice about what a difference between a power play like Tampa Bay versus a power play like Edmonton. Like Edmonton, they freestyle the whole time. Tampa Bay, they kind of sit in their own spots. Now, they had a little bit of a high roll there in terms of Stamkos, where he did an interchange between Hedman and himself, but they always are, they're pretty stagnant, and they just trust the guy, the conductor over there, Kucherov, just to get the puck in the right hands. I mean, he almost set up another grade A right there to Hedman. It just got deflected, and Stamkos coming around the top of that key for a one-timer, but I mean, if they get another chance, they're going to score because it's only a matter of time. You can only give that power play so many looks before they crack you.
Yeah.
Folks, back to 5-on-5 play is Mikey Isamont. This guy, he actually carved up a nice little role here in Tampa Bay, Rob. He came over from L.A. via Winnipeg as well. I played against him in the jungle with the Ontario Reign. I was like, I don't know if this guy's a national leaguer. Like, I really did. I thought he might be a career minor league guy. He played at St. Cloud State Huskies, the Husky women over there. And I thought maybe, he's just an AHL guy, kind of a depth guy, but he's really proved his worth in this Tampa Bay system, and he plays very hard for an undersized guy. He's like a bulldog, man.
I mean, you got to be, dude. When you're not a certified top 6 guy, you got to carve a role. I mean, that's most of the guys in the NHL in their bottom 6. How did that puck get through?
I don't know, but I mean, he's like white on rice. He's just a little bit of a just like a piranha on the puck. I mean, he plays feisty, man. And even when he came over last year in that deal from Winnipeg, like he came over, he started fighting a little bit. He got his ass kicked, but he was still fighting. He was playing hard. He got hurt in that series that ended their season in Toronto. I believe he kind of went out with a head injury, but he's a guy that I look at. I'm like, man, wow, he really bought into that Tampa Bay culture. And I think anytime you get that, in that culture and around John Cooper, and he's really good at just like giving you just a role, like being very clear of what he wants you to do. And if you can execute it, he's got a spot for you. That's what you got to respect with a guy like Coop.
Yep. And again, like great pace of this game still. These guys are trying hard. I mean, Jesus, whenever I think about hockey in Tampa Bay, I'm like, flip-flops, fucking having margaritas at Tommy Bahamas. And no, these guys are going real hard right now. We had an icing here. Zach Parise, 46-year-old Zach Parise, still in the ice. I got to give him credit. As much as I make fun of him for being old, we're all going to be old one day. But, like, what an absolute psychotic freak to come back in the league.
I mean, he's played almost 1,400 odd games. He's, been a 100-point guy. He's been close to 50 goals, I believe. Early in his career with the Devils, he was an amazing talent. Kind of had to change his game through injury. He had a lot of back issues in Minnesota. And he's still playing, man. I mean, he's gotten himself to a point where you can play in the National Hockey League at 40. I mean, it's crazy to think that he's still going and he's still a solid piece to a team where, he's playing on the third line. Yeah, for sure. And a team that has cup aspirations. They don't add a guy like that for no reason. And he looks like he's fucking buzzing right now. So, folks, again, right now, 14:37 to play. We'll be going to commercial break around the 13-minute marker. That's about 90 seconds over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Live from the couch, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish on the call. As always, so low and slow over here. Load that chat up. Get at us in the chat. Again, we will take your questions in just about a minute here. So load them up. Get them going. Let's get buzzing here. Let's talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. Again, we have a 2-on-1. Oh, what a slip play by Cooch there.
Oh,
he did not want to.
Crazy back on the back check.
Yeah, but you saw Cooch make that pass. And it's hilarious. He's like, he thought he had Stammer in for a breakaway. So he didn't even think to drive the far post for an option back. He's like, Stammer, you got it from here, fella.
Dude, you know what's crazy about Parise? I just want to talk about one more thing. You know how guys get older, they get a little bit more stiff. You can kind of realize it in their stride. You can realize their tendencies. Fucking Parise doesn't look different at all.
No.
Like, same stride, same everything, same cadence. Like, hold on, we're getting
offside here. 6 on 5. We're getting too many men there against the rule, or what happened there?
Who's that?
Who's Shafee?
Chat, get the chat going, baby. Let's go. Chat's keeping us alive here. Swish, what do you think about Ericsson's game?
I think he's really good. I think he's very underrated. He's a guy that I played against with the Iowa Wild when he first came over as a first-round pick. I believe he was like 16th overall. He had spent time in Sweden. So they sent him to the American Hockey League just to get a little lemon pepper on him in terms of some seasoning, some Lowry seasoning salt. And he was a kid that I thought just needed to speed up a little bit of his pace of play, fill out his body, and he's a force to be reckoned with. He did just that. I love his game. I think as a second, third line center on a cup team, I think you need a little bit more skill in terms of a first line center on a cup team. But he's great. I mean, he's got, 20 odd goals this year, something like that. He's got a lot of points. He's a guy that's a very reliable player, and he plays fucking heavy, which I like. So I'm a really big fan of his game.
So the Bruins pick up Bertuzzi again. Shout out to Rocky Pop 4 being active in the chat tonight with great questions. I loved the way Bertuzzi played for the Bruins when he was with their playoff run that didn't last long. But in that series, I thought he was an X factor.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that ultimately probably didn't want to leave Boston. They, for whatever reason, couldn't agree on a long-term deal. I don't think he's going to go back to Boston just because I don't think Toronto would do that unless they really start Tom Petty free-falling in terms of playing themselves out of the mix. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was a guy that you could tell, even when the first time they went back there, his interview with Boston media, he said how much he missed Marchand and how funny he was. He didn't really chirp him. So, yeah, there was a good fit there. And sometimes, like I always say, Rob, never leave a good time for a good time.
Yeah, absolutely, Swish. We're going to take one more before. Gentlemen, going into Manitoba Senior Hockey Playoffs, I played a low level of junior. I'd be playing against NCAA and X Minor Pro guys. How the hell should I shut these guys down?
Going into Manitoba Senior Hockey is no joke, by the way. You just go out there and you make it a greasy game. You fight.
Throw elbows.
I was going to say, I know senior hockey, especially in Saskatchewan, it's greasy. There's guys that are taking chins off. They're throwing both ways. So I think if you're really trying to win that game, you fucking muck it up. You play a heavy game. You don't let them in the inside. And if they want to drive the paint, well, you get your elbows up and you lead side to side like a fucking cholo. And you just start throwing elbows, haymakers. Make it a greasy game. Make it hard for them. Make it so there's no fun for them, and see where it goes from there. You can always just bring the criminal element and see where it goes. Folks, back to the game right now. Chat, keep getting at us. Again, 1327 on the radio dial over here from the couch in North Scottsdale. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the visiting Colorado Avalanche. Right now, the Lightning lead Bobby Gucci 2-1, and that is a matchup of a rematch of the Stanley Cup Final 2 odd years ago. So two teams that are familiar with each other, some bad blood here. Again, there always is turnover on a roster as Nate McKinnon plays a puck into Girard, and he looks to the center of the slot, doesn't find his man. But two teams, I mean, these jerseys that Tampa Bay is wearing, why aren't you wearing these more? They're nasty. These black ones are just juicy. Colorado, classics. I love those pants they wear, the blue purplish pant. I know some people aren't a fan of them, but I love them.
I love juicy black ones. Also, shout out to Justin for buying a ticket to the Hockey Night in Scottsdale St. Louis live show. We really appreciate the fuck out of that. Our live show, St. Louis, March 2nd at the Wheelhouse. Tickets are on sale now on our Twitter feeds. We're going to get back to the chat at Drake. Keep it coming. Let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah, let us. Exactly. If you're having girl issues.
Oh, what a penalty.
Oh, right.
Why are you calling a penalty?
No, he's not calling a penalty. He's just stop and play, dude. Hit him right in the eye or the teeth. Like, he's fucked up. Oh, yeah. That hurts. Oh, man. That's right on the Patty Verbeek.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, God. That's a big target, too, that nose. I mean, I got a big nose. That guy's got an absolute beak on him, too. So
nice pass, though, right? Like, it was a good look.
Oh, it was a great look. It just, I mean, a deflection, good stick. Sometimes you just got to say good. You know what's funny about that is guys will come back. You know, it's brutal to say this, but guys will come back to the bench after Nicky Paul makes that stick. They'll be like, "Hey, good stick there." That's what they'll say. They'll be, "Hey, Paulsy." They'll be like, "What? Hey, good stick there."
Nick Paul does it all.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be like, "Hey, good stick there, fella." They'll be like, "Oh fuck, you got him right in the chiclets or the beak." Oh my god!
You can just see his face vibrate.
That was a heavy fucking
like
piece
Ilya
of rubber.
Tapacuria just hit him right in the face.
Oh
dude.
my god, that was a heavy piece of rubber, like Johnny Sins wrapping his wrench. Jesus Christ.
He's just leaking like a fucking girl on a trip at Rocky Point.
Oh my god, yeah, he's absolutely leaking like two girls, one cup on a site like Pornhub. Jiminy Christmas, fella, that stings.
It's weird switch. So why does the ref blow it dead right away? Is it just because it's McKinnon, or why?
When it's that violent of a puck to the face, a referee has every right in his discretion to blow that puck down, right? Because he thinks at that time that Nate McKinnon won't be able to skate out on his own power. It's also in their offensive zone. So if that happens maybe on McKinnon in his defensive zone, he's going to let that play out because Tampa Bay has the advantage. Now, if McKinnon drops to all fours and he's not able to skate off the ice, maybe 5 to 7 seconds go by, he'll blow it down. But since it's in the offensive zone, the puck dies ultimately in his face. He doesn't think McKinnon's going to be able to skate off on his own power. He makes that call right there, blow it down. This is a lot of leakage. We'll get him off the ice, and we'll do it again.
I mean, we got to protect the players here.
Yeah.
Chat, get it fired up. We're going to go to a commercial break soon. Get the chat going. Let's go. Hey, you guys have been great so far. I got to say, this is one of the best chats that we've seen in a while. A couple times ago, it was just an absolute disaster. It was a cesspool. But tonight, it's been great. So
yeah, folks, keep getting at us here. Like we always say over here, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we do this for you, the people. This is the people's stream. This is the people's show. Again, we'll be doing a live Manning Cast style show on the 21st of February this month with the Toronto Maple Leafs visiting the iconic Mullet Arena. So look for that. Hopefully the official announcement will be no later than Friday, which isn't tomorrow, maybe Saturday, because that's coming next week already. We were just trying to finalize that with the Desert Dogs over here as we get a look. Oh,
good stick by Tampa.
Good stick. So, again, that Manning Cast, be on the look for that, guys. It'll be the Hockey Night in Scottsdale live cast. Is exactly what we do here, right from the couch. But I think it'll be spiced up a little bit, a little Old Spice on it in terms of I think we might do one period on the glass, a couple of periods on the panel work, hopefully get some players on both sides to come on and chop it up with us. So, we're really looking forward to that, Gooch. That should be a hell of a time.
Yeah, can't wait for that. It's going to be a different look. We're obviously not going to be on the couch, but it's going to be a lot more entertaining for you guys, I think. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it. But what a good stick there. And that's why Tampa Bay is so good. You have guys like Tyler Mott that are just doing their goddamn fucking jobs, you know? Unlike, I'm not to get political, but unlike the people in office right now, they're just doing their job.
Yeah, not like Sleepy Joe Biden, not the border per se. But, yeah, Tyler Mott, I mean, a 200-foot player. You know what the most impressive thing right there is? He stopped on a puck, Rob, and he got back. Now, what you're taught to all you young hockey players out there, I don't think there's probably a lot of them out there, but what Tyler Mott did is he tracked through the dots. That is so important. You come back through the dots, He's able to extend his stick, get some lumber on that puck, and that's why he's able to break up that play. A lot of guys, sometimes when they back check, well, they come outside the dots, come through the slot, come right down her box, right down the cock, and he's able to break up that play. It's a great stick, and ultimately, saves probably a goal there for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So shout out to Tyler Mott. He's a guy that came up through the Chicago Blackhawks system, actually was roommates with Nikki Schmaltz their first year at the Residence Inn in Chicago, Rob. So pretty funny story there. Those guys started off their young professional careers, and Motter's always been a good player. He's been a third, fourth line guy, but he's had a nice little career.
Short side by number 11, Luke Truskin in here. Cutter Gauthier account. I don't know how old you are. I'm going to say under 14 years old for you.
Nice play by Pointer.
I love it. I love that you're here, but I can't read half the shit you're saying in here, pal. I want to know how old this kid is. Anyway, getting back to the game.
Folks, can we see a birth certificate or a passport?
Can we get a birth certificate on burner account Cutter Gauthier in here? I can't read half the guy's fucking. He's talking about Hitler. He's talking. We're trying to run a fucking hockey broadcast here. This guy's got to be 13.
Great play there by Victor Hedman. Folks, if you just saw that play by Victor Hedman over to Cirelli, that was low and slow. So Cirelli was sitting right on the goal line. Hedman made a slip play on the backhand, able to exit the zone so cleanly. Everyone was on the outside. Where was the space? It was in the middle of the ice. And Hedman, he notified that. He took a shoulder check. Cirelli, low and slow on the goal line, 4-foot pass out of the zone into the Avalanche zone. Great play there. So that was what low and slow is all about. He blew snow. He stopped on the goal line, gave his D-man an option. That's what I love. Low and slow, baby. Folks, again, if you're following along right now, 9:44 remaining in the second frame. We have 2-1 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hayden Fleury plays a little puck. Again, nice play. Tampa Bay, they're so connected, Rob. That's what winning teams do is you come back and you're tight. They're not spread out. They're not a loose box out there, a loose, stinky box. They're tight because when you can get out of your zone with a 5-foot pass like that, it just makes everything so easy. And when you get the puck, now we spread out. Okay, so come back tight.
Now we spread.
And now we spread out. Okay, it's kind of like warming up, preheating the oven with your girl in the bed, right? Get it tight, couple fingers. Now I have my whole hand in there. What happened? Well, you just had a little lubricant. Anyways, folks, going to intermission, a commercial break, mind you. What do we have in the chat, Bobby Gooch?
It's mostly a fucking cesspool right now, Swish. But we're going to go, where do guys go and enter the NHL assistance program? I have a feeling Kuznetsov is doing blow and Russian gas right now. Actually, they deport them to do ayahuasca in the Caribbean.
Yeah, they head over to Costa Rica and they do a three-day stint at the same kind of clinic Aaron Rodgers went. But all seriousness, I think it depends on what guys are going through. I mean, I think guys will go to places maybe in California, some sort of, treatment or rehab facilities, or if they can kind of deal on it with their own, with the NHL docs. I think that's up to discretion. You just hope those guys are okay. Petty Lane, all those guys, we wish them nothing but the best over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale because, yes, we fuck around a lot, but we do take that stuff seriously.
Do I skip a wedding
to
attend St. Louis live show? Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, we should be the priority when we're in your city.
Right. Like, what's the wedding? Is it are you in the wedding? Because my rule, Rob, is if I'm not in the wedding, I don't travel more than 3 hours for the wedding. I have a 2-hour cutoff. I don't care how much I like you. If I'm not in the wedding, I don't go. Send me the Zoom link. I'll watch it from the bar. I'll have my wig on, and we can kind of party that way. And I'll see you in Vegas in 6 odd months when you're maybe getting divorced and lining up again.
What the fuck is up with the Pens? Jeff Petrie just from the Steel City. Big Pittsburgh fan. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just a case of they're over the hump, man.
I mean, fuck. They've won, 3 Stanley Cups in the last 12, 15 years? Like, they're old, man. Gino Malkin's old. Tanger's old. These guys are still great players, but this thing they haven't had is
he's old.
He's just old balls and loose skin. What's his 5-year plan? Don't die? Oh, my God. What are you like Sid? Big Daddy, folks. But no, I just think the influx of their younger players hasn't been able to move the needle in terms of putting the veterans in the back seat. You got to carry those guys. Sid, you don't have to, but the older guys, you need guys that are willing to carry and get those older players over the hump. The guys that have done it for you, well, now you have to pass the torch. And some of these younger players and their prospects and who they drafted just haven't been up to snuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a regular cycle of a team, man. I mean, I think guys like Pittsburgh fans, you kind of get used to winning, and you have these all-time great players in your team, and you kind of get used to it. Unfortunately, it comes to an end. I mean, look at the Patriots. I mean, they're AFC champions 25 million times, and Tom Brady's gone, and Belichick's gone, and Unfortunately, all things come to an end, and hey, Swish, we'll all be fucking dead soon. So anyway, back to the game. 9:09 remaining.
All good things do come to an end.
That's a die. That was a holy Joey Blandisi.
You know.
Oh,
my Tim Stapleton to the board. Josh Manson, I love his game. One guy, if I'm looking to Tim Peel off that Pittsburgh roster with a lower cap hit in terms of an AAV, Rob, a guy like Brian Rust, fella. Now, is that a guy that could be maybe looking, the Boston Bruins could be looking at? I know I've said Boston a lot in terms of connected to Pittsburgh, but if Kyle Dubas is really looking for a rebuild, do you look at a guy like Brian Rust? You can move him probably for some couple picks, maybe a prospect and package together, that type of deal. He's a guy that's really good. He plays with a lot of pace. He can play on a first line. He can play on a third line. I love Rusty's game. The Notre Dame product, I love the Irishman's game. So Rusty's another guy I look at, but going back to this game right now as we get a look at Eric Cernak over to Hayden Fleury. Folks, again, if you're following along right now, 2-1, the Tampa Bay Lightning shots, 20-18, as we get into the latter half of the second period. 8:05 remaining as Cale Makar surveys his options, and he gains a little bit of steam coming over the Tampa Bay blue line. Oh, what a shot that was.
Good hook by Cirelli.
Yeah, TJ Hooker.
That one. And,
you always forget a guy like Johnny Drouin is on this Colorado Avalanche team, a guy that's been through a lot, a couple of organizations. He's found a little bit of his game in terms of what he was with the Halifax Moose Knuckles, with his teammate Nate McKinnon, but guy that struggled for a few years, that's offside. I was going to say blow that down. That's 3 feet off as Brandon Hagel was forced by Arturi Lehkonen.
Hagel's been all over it tonight. He's been a little rattled. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder, but I don't know who the fuck this is. Lilleberg, number 78.
Yeah.
Kind of gets out of the way of Marilyn Manson's grandson and McDermott. Big boy McDermott. I mean, I ran into that guy in California.
Oh, my God.
Here, actually. He is an absolute beast.
Can I tell a quick Curtis McDermott story?
Please.
So the summer I was living in LA, I was living with my buddies, Paul Ledoux, who was on the LA Kings at the time, and Derek Forbert, 2 North Dakota guys. I played with them at school. Derek Forbert being one of my D partners my freshman year, Paul Ledoux, one of my really good buddies. So those guys were living out in Manhattan Beach. I was playing in St. Louis at the time. Like, fella, come out here, live with us. I didn't want to live in Minnesota. You can spend the summer with us. You can skate with the Kings. I'm like, awesome, done. So we'd always do these skates at the Toyota Center, which is in El Segundo. And one of the guys that would skate with us was Kurt McDermott. And one day on one of the little rinks there, was like their studio rink. So it's smaller ice. It's probably about a half a rink. But we were doing these D skill drills. And one of the drills was like you get a puck, you're going around the circle, you do a silhouette turn. So you do like a little bit of an escape move, and you make the pass back up to the coach, and you go on the other way, do an escape move towards the wall. So the first rep, Forbert goes, Ledoux goes, I go, and then Kurt McDermott's up. So Kurt McDermott goes, first time, toe picks while he's making an escape move. Second time, goes around, forehand pivot, loses his ice again. Toe picks. This third time he goes, he pivots to the wall on his backhand. The ice was smaller, right? It was a studio rink. So when you made that turn, you were really close to the boards. He goes for the turn on his backhand as the lefty, goes off the boards, eats shit, like literally headbutts the wall.
Was he fucking drunk?
Oh, yeah, I think he went out the night before.
Oh,
he gets up. He loses his feet again. Then he suckers the board, breaks his stick over the boards, and then throws his stick and gets off the ice without saying a word. The night we see him that night, because it was like a Friday night, we're like, Kurt, where'd you go? He's like, I just had to go right to the bar. He lasted maybe 12 seconds during the skate. That was our second drill. So he did 3 toe picks. The fourth one, he tried to get up. I think he was knocked out. Like, he literally hit the board so hard. He literally headbutted the wall. He gets up, kind of falls down again, regathers himself, breaks his stick over the boards, punches the wall. Imagine punching the wall, and then throws his stick against the cement and just gets off the ice, and no one saw him. Like, he left in like 4 minutes.
I love tantrums like that. Like, I used to have tantrums like that when I died in RuneScape. But like, to hear an NHLer throwing a tantrum like that in summer.
But you can't. You're not going to laugh either because he's so nails. Like, if you would have, if you would have heard us laugh at him, he probably would have suckered us. So that's my Curtis McDermott story. Unbelievable guy. We hung out with him a good amount that summer. So. And one of the sneakier, not even sneakier, one of the toughest guys in the fucking league.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, he's a full-on nail.
Oh,
What a pickup. Did you see that pickup by Cooch?
Look at a booger pick.
Did you see that pickup by Cooch? Did you see how he overskated the puck so he could catch it on his forehand? A lot of guys would just receive that puck, but he did a little bit of a silhouette turn. Watch this. So he could have got that on his backhand. He waited for it.
But good on the guy that dished it, too.
Yeah, Stamkos, yes. So he let him, but a lot of guys try to catch that right on their backhand. He lets the puck go under his triangle, picks it up, and corrals it on his forehand. That was an unbelievable, subtle play by the Russian. fuck is he juicy.
Dude, he looks good tonight. Like, I don't remember watching Kucherov where I like really recognize him like this. Obviously, he's a huge factor in every single game he plays, but he kind of floats around. He's been him and oh fuck! Why would you not shoot that?
Oh, I don't know why he didn't shoot that. Was that Johnny Drouin?
Kind of a sick pass, but like
Drouin loves to dish. He loves to dish.
I'm thinking go far pad there, but I'm just a fucking asshole on the couch.
We are two assholes on the couch. Yeah, I would like to take a look at that. Shout out to Bo Peeps Nightclub and the Sugar 44. Folks, if you're going for a dance tonight in the greater Scottsdale area, mention Stacy at the corner of Thomas and 44th. It's a hell of a strip club. They make a hell of a hot dog. And again, it's 2-for-1 dance night. Is it being ladies' night? So, folks, that is a free ad as we get back to the game here as Sorelli massages the puck, sends it up the end wall to Nikki Paul Wall, the people's champ. And Devin Tays, one of the more underrated defensemen in the league, has a nice stick. And I think we will go to a stoppage of play here. But I'd like to see that play with Drouin again. I think we're going to a commercial break here. That. But, wow. Great game so far. Not a whole lot of action, Jackson, in the second period, but two teams competing as we are at a White Castle commercial. What do we got here, Robbie?
Smaltz, what was your welcome to the NHL moment?
Welcome to the NHL moment. I was playing at the United Center, and it was probably my second year, probably my 10th or 12th game. And I got a D-to-D pass right behind my end wall in the trapezoid area, and a guy like Jordan Tutu came around and absolutely stapled the back of my head to the glass.
Jordan Tutu
knocked me out cold. I got up. I had no idea where I was. I was like, holy fuck, no call in the play. Obviously, you're not going to get that call as a rookie, especially being a defenseman, and Tutu forechecking you. So I would say that was my welcome to the NHL moment. I never got hit that hard in my life, and it was by the Tutu train. That guy fucking stapled me. So,
dude, getting hit hard like that, it's a feeling like when you get up, it just sucks. Like, not only does it feels. I used to get so mad at the guy that hit me. And like I would feel so embarrassed. Really. I don't even care that I'm conking. I'm just fucking embarrassed.
And it was like 7 seconds after the play too. And you know what's always bad too, Rob, where you're trying to shake it off, and everyone on the bench, your decor, is asking you if you're okay. Yeah, are you okay? Like, well, yeah, man, I can't see right now, but I'm gonna try to battle it out. Like, what are we talking about here? That was like my welcome to the NHL moment. Like, holy fuck, I gotta know when the Tutu train is out here because he just fucking labeled me.
Yeah, and he has a different type of native strength where regular white guys don't have. He has that native strength, which is way different. I would never fight a native guy, not just because of race relations, but because they're stronger than me.
I mean, he grew up eating polar bear, and those guys, you can't, you know the saying, like, you literally can't cut a native. Like, their skin is just, you can't cut them. Like, if you fight them, the leather just bounces off. It's like a nice Rawlings catcher's mitt. Those guys are so tough.
Looking at that play again, it was a little bit crafty. I think it was too much in real time for me to comprehend, but it was kind of a good play.
Yeah, Duran, and not a bad play. Folks, load up that chat again. Please get this going. We need to get it buzzing like Jake Muzzin back in 2012. So, again, get at us in the chat. Keep us going over here. We need the Energizer Bunny. We'll be going to our second intermission break. We want to bring the steam for you people. We want to bring you the best live coverage you cannot get anywhere else. Like I mentioned before, live show March 2nd, St. Louis. That is Saturday before the game at 2 p.m. Central Standard. And it's next week. We will be doing a hopeful Manning cast style broadcast. Exactly what we do at Hockey Night Scottsdale, but we'll be able to show you the game. Oh, great chance by Alexander Berhoulet. As he gets a nice chance right out the face-off. He cannot believe it. And Syracuse, that's probably in the Afternoon Hockey League. But here in the National League, man, the goalie got really out far on his paint there. I don't know who this guy playing in net is, but that's a very confident save. Watch this play here, Rob, by the goalie. He was on his goal line to start, and he gets out on top of that paint. That's a great play. Hard in the paint. Shout out to Waka Flocka Flame.
Why the fuck is Tampa's affiliate all the way up in Syracuse?
Ooh, I don't know.
Like, why not just have it in South Carolina?
Yeah, I know. Why don't they – my whole thing was when I was playing the AHL, I was like, why does the East Coast Hockey League have better cities than a lot of the AHL cities?
That's a good point.
So why is there a Northeast division in the jungle when it should be the Southeast? So if you flip those teams, like make those all AHL teams. Goal!
It went in.
Goal!
Look at Byram up on the play again. This guy's a savage tonight.
Did they actually call it a goal?
Yeah, they did. That back ref, he was on top of it.
Wow, what a strange play here.
How is that loose?
Show this again. Okay, so Colton, puck, puck,
great call by
the loose.
What a fucking play. Wait, where did it go in, though?
It went in. Ross Colton. What an eye by the ref here, by the way. Loose, Byram.
Oh, yeah.
Any league that's in the net. Wow, 2 goals tonight for Byram. See it again. Vasilevsky. Close your fucking wickets, fella. Nope. Squirts through. Ooh, just kind of squirts through. Like going through some girl's ovaries. Now I got a kid. It's an mistake, baby. Sneaks through. Byram, digging in there. Wow, what a play by Byram.
That was so sick.
That was so sick.
So surgical right there.
Oh, my God.
Just fucking so surgical.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, Matthew scored a hat trick in 7 minutes. That's insane. Is that actually true?
Matthews, we're hopefully going to get him on the program when we do our live broadcast. No promises. Wow, we got another chance here. That's a penalty. I was going to say any league. Yeah, Colorado going to go to the power play here, folks.
Wait, did Matthews actually score his hattie in 7 minutes? Because if so, I got a tweet about it.
I want to see this one again, too.
Eric Cernak going to the box here, folks. Right off the face-off here, McKinnon gets hit again with some friendly fire right around the head area. Loses the puck, but I want to see that again. Is that an actual hook on Cernak there? Or, yeah, that's a slash or a hook. Yeah, good call. Matthews really – is that confirmed, chat? 7 minutes? How many goals does he have now? Is that 46?
He's up there. He's definitely getting 70.
Is that 45, 46? Chat, let us know if those are both confirmed. We got a Colorado Avalanche power play right now. 4:46 to go if you're following along here on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Bobby Gucci just throwing out a tweet here. Again, 1:58 on the Colorado power play. Bo Byram has 2 goals tonight. And we're going to see the number 1 unit, Cale Makar, on top of the key. Nate McKinnon on the left side, Mikko Rantanen on the right side, as well as Johnny Drouin, who's having a nice little season, especially on the power play. The Avalanche has been a nice find as Artturi Lehkonen is on the top of the paint in terms of playing the net front position. I want to see this a little bit more east-west play on this power play here. I know they're doing okay around the box. I want to see if they can get one slipped through to McKinnon, maybe a 1T, maybe over, Makar, over to McKinnon, over to Rantanen for a one-timer. Let's see. I think at least from my days of playing power play and being around NHL teams and even just being in power play meetings. Now, I wasn't on those fucking power plays because I wasn't good enough. But the thing about a good power play is you always find the one-timer. And preferably that's through the box if possible because the goalie has to go post to post. Now, if that puck can get through the box and it's clean, well, that's how you get your best chance because it's so hard for a goalie, even like Vasilevsky, go post to post and save a one-timer. So let's be on the look for that, folks. Again, we're going to see the first unit here for probably another minute. I don't see them changing. And we're going to get a look at Cale Makar running the drop breakout over to Nate McKinnon. Folks, again, if you're following along right now, 3:35 to go in the second frame. Load up that chat. That's a bad drop. Luke Glendening. Wow. Oh, my God.
Dude, this goalie's look good.
Yeah. I don't know why Glendening, dude, you fucking telegraphed that backhand from the blue line in. But I think if you would have slid over to the forehand, you probably would have had him beat. Again, I'm an asshole sitting on the couch. Very careless play there by Johnny Drouin on the drop play to Nate McKinnon. But, yeah, okay, I guess the stick is there if you would have slid it maybe under. But
Sorry, everybody else tweeting, by the way. I compared Matthews' scoring to Obama killing his chef. You're just going to have to find out in the tweet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you will. I'll shout out to Obamacare. It did nothing for me. It did nothing for you. Back over here on the couch with Bobby Gucci J. Swish. We're getting a look at the second unit from the Colorado Avalanche here, folks. Again, load up your questions. You know the funny thing about the Colorado second unit, Rob?
What?
They have 3 defensemen. And how nasty is that? Think about how nasty your team is on the back end when you have 3 defensemen. Most teams don't even have 2 defensemen these days on a power play, let alone 3. So you got Byram, you have Taze, and you have Sammy Girard as well. So I think that's very unique. I think that's also very smart of Bednar, knowing your lineup, knowing your roster, and who your best players are. Because ultimately, on a power play, it's always your 10 best players. The first 5 on the first unit, and the second 5, obviously, on the latter half of the second unit.
I mean, having as many skilled defensemen as they do is even in this day and age, it's impressive. I mean, Byram's sick. Even Girard.
He's
actually a little skilled guy, and
he spins like a fucking top.
Obviously, Makar, their whole Devon Taves, their whole entire decor is skilled.
Yeah.
And this is a great game. I just want to say again, I came into this switch. I was like, I don't give a fuck about Colorado. I don't give a fuck about Tampa. I know they're good, but I don't give a fuck about them. Been a great game, a lot of pace. You love to see them skating, unlike that game we watched 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Where I almost killed myself with an unlicensed handgun.
Yep.
Brutal game to watch. This game's been great.
Yeah, you almost went full First Amendment on yourself. But anyways, folks, Sammy Girard, I mean, that guy can spin like a dreidel, the way he can escape plays. And I just love their decor. Now, if you're Colorado and you're thinking long-term, is a guy like Bo Byram or Girard on the block? Because it's more or less the same player. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't put Byram on the block. I think
you're gonna get more for Byram. I agree.
You're gonna get more. But Byram is too good of a player. He's too rare of a player for me to get away from. And even from a young age, that guy still has a fucking ceiling, bro. He's what is he? 24?
Not even
22.
23, probably.
What a freak! What an absolute freak that died in a hang gliding accident.
What an idiot!
I get it. Business is business. You got to move guys like that for the haul, but I love him too much to let him go.
He's really good.
Kind of like my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, his style is so good. It's so clean. I just love it. The way he skates, the way he carries himself. There's just guys in the league who are like, fuck, man, I would like to have a beer with that guy. And I don't even know him as a person. The limited interviews I've seen, he just seems like such a cool cat. And I agree. I don't think you get rid of him. I'm just saying he's probably easier to move in terms of he's got more value. Girard is locked up on a long-term deal, making about $5 and a hook. So I don't know. I just don't think you can have two of those same players. Now, they've won a cup with both guys, so who the fuck am I to say? But Girard was hurt for that run during the time, and it'll be interesting to see what they do because what do you pay a guy like Byram who's going to be coming up on a deal? He signed that bridge deal, and he's making about $2 or $3 million a year. Now, I think he's a guy that would take a little bit of a hometown discount just because he loves playing there, but that still comes at a price at about $6.65 for me. And he's a guy that I think on another team would be a number one power play quarterback. So it all depends on what he wants, what his camp wants, and what the Avalanche and a guy like Chris McFarland and Joe Sakic are willing to pay him. Is that another penalty?
No, that was actually a good non-call.
Yeah. Man, I just think I think Colorado needs another centerman if they're going to try to win it. I really do, especially with Gabe Landeskog.
No, I agree.
I think if they're really going for it, goaltending is a little bit of an issue. Now, maybe this guy can steal the show and come up like a Bennington, in terms of 2019 and coming out of nowhere out of the minors. But I think they're still a center iceman short, and it'll be interesting to see who they go try to get. I'm not sure.
Tampa is so good in their own zone.
They've played the same system Coop's been there for 12 years. Imagine just showing up to training camp, just doing the same thing every year. I mean, it
works.
And most teams, Rob, like as I know, going into camp, like they're always tweaking the system. It's like, okay, we're going to go to this zone this year. Oh, we're going to go more of a overload in our own. Oh, we're going to man-on-man. Like these guys, they show up, and they've done the same system since day one of Coop's been there. And he's brought this system to Green Bay back in the day. It's like fucking clockwork, man. It's so fun to watch, and they always know where they are. They're always underneath the puck, supporting themselves, low and slow. Their centerman's under the puck. The wingers support the D. They support their centerman. So it's just so fun to watch. Folks, again, right now, if you're following along, 43 seconds and counting in this second frame. Again, we will get at the chat here just in under a minute. Please load up those questions. We want to talk to you, the people. This is the people's show. This is the people's stream. This is Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We're talking me on top of her on top of you. Oh, my God, Miles Wood got hammered.
Miles Wood always gets hit hard.
He just
hammered right back up.
He did. He was like that was like a bowling ball going into a set of 10 pins over there at Dave & Buster's. Jesus Christ.
13 seconds.
You got hammered. Yeah, load up the chat, folks. Get at us. We want to talk to you, the people. Again, we'll have about 17 minutes. Let's fucking fire away. Let's get talking about hockey. Let's talk about AMATS 34. Let's talk about this live show. Let's talk about where you're watching. Have you cheated on your girl recently? What are you doing later tonight? Thursday is ladies' night. Bobby Gucci, I'm going to take a piss.
All right, chat. Load it up. Let's try to not make it a fucking cesspool. Let's load this motherfucking thing up. Questions, comments, concerns. I'm not going to talk about Hitler. Stop fucking asking us about Hitler. Just going to roll over that question. Comments on this game. Comments on any game. Comments on any player. Like Swish said, have you cheated on your girl recently? Tell us about it. We will not tell her, and I guarantee you there's no chicks watching this. It's 154 dudes in here just being dudes. We're burping, we're farting, we're eating pizza, we're treating our bodies like a traveling carnival. It's terrible. Chat. Fellas, what are your opinions on Nick Robertson? I think it's crazy that kid plays in the NHL with legs like that. And listen, I'm not going to body shame. I'm built like a microwave. I'm built like a Capri Sun pouch. I am literally a piece of fucking shit. I just can't believe that Nick Robertson, at the statue in that the stature and his frame. I can't believe he just gets around like that. But good player, obviously. Where's Daniel Paille going at the deadline? I'm hearing that him and Brian Giotta are in a package deal heading to the Bruins. What up, Pack? I haven't cheated on my girl, but would you recommend it? No, we do not recommend it unless you are in Cabo with your boys and it's an accident. Your drink got spiked. You never know.
Well, if she's hotter, of course. I mean, I'm always, if it's a fair hockey trade or you're getting better value for your bank for your buck, I say go cheat. But I am an asshole over here that's 30 years old and doesn't have a gal myself.
How was your time in Alberta? It was great, man. The crowd, it's everything you could have hoped for, man. Like that crowd, I didn't know they were going to be that rowdy Switch, but they brought a lot of energy. They helped us out, and just incredible. I can't wait to go back. We need to go back.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were necessarily walking into, but when we came out of the green room at Cowboys and just the amount of support we had, the people chanting, the people wanting to get offside. I mean, they didn't want to hear anything about hockey. It was unbelievable. So shout out to Cowboys, shout out to the Battle of Alberta, and shout out to the good city of Calgary. We love you over here at Hockey Night Scottsdale. And to all the people of Western Canada, keep throwing both ways. Keep that chin tucked. Fight strap on, baby.
Is Quick better than Shesterkin this year for the Rangers? I haven't watched them too much, but Quick's been great. Shesterkin's been under par. Lindholm, I don't know, man. I don't really have an answer for that. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Quick's been their guy. Johnny be quick, Johnny be good. But at the same time, if you're starting playoffs today and you're Pistol Pete Laviolette, I think you have to go to Shesterkin making the big bucks for game one. Yeah. Now, if Shesterkin falls out of favor and you get behind the 8 ball, get behind a couple bumps per se, well, then you probably have to shift over to Quick. But I think if you're looking at the playoff picture, you're looking at big picture, who your number one starter is going into April. If it's right now, it has to be the Russian. It just has to be.
Switch, we're going to need to do a laptop switch soon. I'm on 10% battery. Would a full team of Dan Carcillo in his prime win a game in an 82? No.
I love Dan Carcillo, by the way. Carbomb. Imagine your nickname was Carbomb. Like, how nails do you have to be? You're literally just a terrorist attack waiting to happen on the ice. Carbomb. Daniel Carbomb Carcillo. I loved his game when he played. He's doing really cool things now in terms of, microdosing mushrooms and all this mental health stuff. So shout out to Carbomb if you're listening. I love the big fella. Talk about a guy that could throw both ways. Play with full criminal, too.
I remember watching him in my dorm, like during his prime, where he was jumping in the guys' heads, and I was like always excited to see the chaos that he brings to the ice. Like it was literally every shift.
He's like one of those guys. Yeah, he's like Avery, Carbomb, Zach Ronaldo. Some of these guys are just absolute whack jobs on the ice that could actually play. I love their games.
What do you think about Mike Matheson?
Good player on a bad team. It's like the hottest bar. It's like a girl that's the hottest girl at the bar, but she's a 6. That's kind of what it is. It's like a girl at the waste management. A lot of wrenches around. You don't really have to play up to a level that you're, maybe be willing to ask to at playoff time, or that some other defensemen are capable. Yes, he's having a hell of a year. I mean, Mike Matheson, dating back to his draft year, he was the same draft year as me. He was chosen 23rd overall, I believe, by the Florida Panthers. I was 25th. How are you? Didn't work out necessarily for me, but Mike Matheson, a guy that I've always played against. He was on Dubuque, the Fighting Saints, while I was with Green Bay. So he's always been a heady defenseman, good player. I think this year he's really reaping the benefits of playing on a first power play on a good team. I don't know if he's a number 4, maybe number 5, somewhere in and around there, especially when he was in Pittsburgh. But good to see him having a good year. The Boston College native.
I'm at work, living through you. Hey, thank you for watching. Love when people are watching from work, watching from anywhere. If you're watching us on your screen next to the game, take a picture, tag us on Instagram, Twitter. We want to see where you guys are watching the game from. We love seeing that side-by-side view. Hopefully one day we'll all be able to watch the game together with the game on the screen. I think the Coyotes have that dialed in for us on February 21st, but we're not entirely sure yet.
Confirm, not book, folks. Keep get ass in the chat here, folks. Again, we have the People's Insider, Bobby Gucci. We are live during our second intermission break over here at Hockey Night Scottsdale. So please ask us anything. We are doing this for you, the people. This is just for the love of the game, baby. So keep getting at us. We want to fire up this chat. Just any questions, even if you've asked a question, keep fucking firing. Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, baby.
Favorite Yager memory Switch?
I mean, I just love the traveling Yagers, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guys that go to every single one of Yager's games, and they all wear every jersey of every team he's played for. They sit there during warm-ups on the glass. They watch the game. They hammer beers. They usually get a picture with them after because Yager is very nice of them. But I just think Yager's hilarious. Like, the guy's still playing. He has a new Czech Instagram model girlfriend. It seems like every 6 weeks he puts them on a quota. I think he does it about every 5 to 6 weeks. So just thinking about Yager and just, the 1,000 squats a day, the late night at the rink, making the equipment managers come to the rink at 12 a.m. while they're probably shit-faced pounding their wife, coming back to the rink so he can skate. I just think Yager is he's one of those characters in the game.
Like, once in a lifetime.
Yes. Like, it's just absurd human. Like, really.
As a new listener, what's some key info to know about the boys?
Dylan, first off, thank you for tuning in, brother. Well, we have the Heat Daddy, who has been just a legend of Twitter in and around the game for the last 15 years, tweeting about anything from doing a key bump, well, maybe to a forecheck. You never know. Myself, Jay Swish, just recently retired, hockey player, was playing over in Switzerland last year. So, yeah, just two assholes sitting on the couch, commentating the game, chirping about whatever we want to chirp about and getting off the rails, but also at the same time, Rob, trying to talk a little bit of hockey between that.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. Did you make it to the Waste Management Open? No, I did not make it this year. Me personally, no.
I was there. I did see it. My God, it was literally Panama City Beach spring break for 30-year-olds. Holy fuck. Keep your chin tucked. It took me 2 hours to get in the grounds. It was a wrench fest, confirmed.
Yeah, they're saying on the news that there was a big problem with people are just walking in and the people at the front weren't even checking tickets.
Well, they had to stop checking tickets because it was such a bottleneck.
What do you mean?
Like, at the front gate, it would take so long to get in because there were so many people. They just said, fuck it. These people are so drunk. We're going to cut off liquor sales, but we're just going to let anyone in. You don't even need a ticket. It's a goddamn free-for-all. I mean, it was a full-on petting zoo. It really was.
I mean, I like it. I went to the general admission area for 4 or 5 years, and it was just like, it gets old.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a fucking zoo. And the thing I hate about it is that you could wait in line for a drink, but you're going to get 2 Coors Lights, and you got to wait again 2 hours to get that. So,
right. Yeah. That's cold as the Rockies.
What an event, though. Fucking crazy. Why did you go to Marble in Toronto?
Well, besides the good-looking women, Peter Gurgis, shout out to Peter Gurgis, the owner of Marble. He was shoving Peter bombs down our throat about every 90 seconds. So, yeah, I don't know why we went there. We just kind of went there for dinner. I mean, as we always say over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, go for 1, stay for 2, home by 3. And that's exactly how we drew it up. And that's kind of what happened, brother.
Yep. St. Louis, March 2nd. Let's fucking go. Thank you for the support. I don't know how many people. I was like, wait, do we have a lot of fucking audience in St. Louis? Which is like, yeah, we kind of do. And I think that's great. Buy those tickets on our Twitter feeds. They are out there. What players do you guys think are sneaky good? In other words, who's underrated, I guess you could say?
Oh, I know a lot of women in Scottsdale that are sneaky hot. But if we're talking players, I would say, I mean, he's still getting it done. A guy like Snook O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly, the factor over in Nashville, always been one of my favorite players. I was able to get a cup of joe with him and just seeing how hard he worked, seeing the amount of Guinness he could drink, just a true pro's pro. I mean, I love his game. He's an absolute beauty. So sneaky good, just his hand-eye coordination, the way in and around the net, how crafty he is on his toe of his curve. Rob, he uses just like this captain hook. So he's got like a toe curve, but at the toe of his stick, he torches it and just peels it in. So it's like literally just for snapping him back on the face-off. And he's unbelievable in the face-off. I just love his game, how sneaky good he is. So that's one name that comes to mind. But there's so many good players.
Let's see. What about I don't even know if Bratt is sneaky anymore, but Jesper Bratt. Yep. I mean, I love the way he plays. I think he's just such a sneaky, slippery player out there. And it sucks that New Jersey. I was actually, you know what? I have a lot of beef with New Jersey, the state, but I thought New Jersey was going to do something this year. I thought they were going to take that next step.
I think they're going big game hunt at the deadline.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Is that from Switch's?
I'm here.
The phone buzzing?
The phone is buzzing, brother. That's the bat phone. I'm here, and Tom Fitzgerald is linked. He's really putting Markstrom, the goalie over there, Jacob Markstrom in Calgary, has waived his no trade clause. Now they have money to go and get a goalie. Obviously, Dougie Hamilton be on an LTIR, so they have another $9 million in addition to add to their cap. So I think they could go get a number 1 goalie, and I also think they could get a defenseman if they wanted to, in Tanev or Hanifin. So they are going to go hunt. I don't think they're going down. I don't think they're going down without a swing, brother, or 2 of them. So
I mean, dude, they bounced the Rangers first round last year. Like, you can't give up now. But also, I just want to mention the same question. Like, Matias Maccelli, the guy can just snap the puck around. Yeah. Crazy vision. Nobody ever talks about him. I think he's a really good playmaker, and he's fun to watch.
He's nasty.
Did Swish get that Blues Heritage card from Facebook? Okay, put my brain in a blender.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, confirmed. He got the Heritage Classic.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he.
Of his. Sorry, I'm sorry, guy with no name. My bad. I'm an idiot.
Yes, he did, brother. He actually that showed up a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago. So yeah, we got that low and slow Heritage Classic, that butter baby blue. I mean, that should be a third jersey staple for the Blues, as far as I'm concerned. Those things are so sick. It just screams like Nelly concert for me when I'm seeing those.
Should Faber win the Calder over Bedard? I heard like a lot of rumblings about this. Like they're trying to make a case, but Bedard's gonna win.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, I watched a kid like Faber last night, boots on the ground at the iconic Mullet Arena. I also was talking about him on Live and 5 podcast. He's playing 30-odd minutes a night. He has 34 points as a rookie. I mean, that's pretty absurd for a defenseman. He's on pace at like a Makar rate. I mean, it's crazy to say that, he's not as dynamic as a guy like Makar. Is he as smart as Fox? No. Do I think he's going to win the Calder? No, because the league knows what to do. Bedard's going to be back. He's playing tonight. And ultimately, they're going to give him the Calder if he plays up to his caliber because you know how it goes, Rob. You need to get that guy the face of the league and be the Calder winner. So I think ultimately Faber will finish second, but he has a lot of right, and he's put up a nice case to be, in contention for that Rookie of the Year.
How many majors will Saba get this calendar year? That's a tennis question. I'll answer this. I think she's going to get at least one. I don't think she's very good on clay, so I'm going to rule out the French Open. But I think Wimbledon or the U.S. Open, I think she could take either of those. I love Arina Sabalenka. I want to kiss her right on the lips. Just so jealous of anybody that gets to be around that chick. She's so hot and so horny. I'm just kidding. I don't know if she's horny, but hell of a tennis player, one of my favorites. Best steakhouse in Scottsdale.
Ocean 44, Steak 44. They are sister or brothers steakhouses. You can't go wrong there. One's on 44th and Camelback. The other being right in the job, Old Town. That's Ocean 44, located next to Toca Madera. So those are the go-to spots, brother.
We have a guy that was sober in here, but now he's drinking.
I love people that drink.
Sounds like every other day for me, camper. I say I'm not going to drink, and I slip into a couple chilly ones.
That is a tale as old as time with Bobby Gucci. I got to stay in tonight. Then I get a snap. He's at Moxie's, and it's 3 o'clock.
Just took a gander at Swish's Hockey DB and saw Helsinki. Need a review of the Nordic MILF game. Can't imagine it. Holds a candle to Esdale.
Liam, the funny thing is, and I've told Gucci this because I want to get over back to Helsinki, especially in the summertime when it's light out till about 4 a.m., which is crazy. But aside the fact from that,
I think we're live still. Is that still going?
Folks, we are absolutely grinding over here. Our bad. We're going ghetto with it. Welcome back.
Chat, can you see us?
Yeah, I think so.
Holy fuck. How did it stay like that?
Are we all right? Gooch?
Yeah, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Are we back?
Folks, are we back?
Are we back?
All right. Our bad. We've been grinding tonight at a laptop go out, internet go out. We don't have a camera right now. But hey, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, boys, we are grinding for you. I'm going to go right back to this question. Liam just took a gander at Swish's Hockey DB and saw Helsinki. Need a review of the Nordic MILF game. Honestly, brother, I think from speaking, being boots on the ground, you might think this is a hot take, but I think Finnish women are hotter than Swedish women. You always hear about the Swedes, the talent, the blondes. Man, I think Finnish is just there because they have that Russian look to them. They also have that Swedish look. You get a little bit of a look at Braden Point here buzzing in, but yeah, I think in terms of just, wow, the Finnish women, we have to get back there. I was telling Bobby Gucci, I mean, in the summers, that place, it stays light out till about 4 a.m. I mean, it's crazy. It's just the amount of talent walking around there. It's light out all night. People hit the saunas. People having beers. So, yeah, that's a great spot. It's it has a sliver of my heart. I wasn't single when I was there, but you know what? If I went back, well, I'd be looking to be single, Christian mingle, and ready to throw because that place is unbelievable. Folks, can you hear us back? We are back. Again, we apologize. We are grinding with some technical difficulties tonight, but we are bringing you the third period. We have a great game. We have a great finish to the game here, live from Amalie Arena, but more importantly, live from the couch over here in North Scottsdale. Again, if you're following along with us, we are at 18:42 and counting 2-2 right now. The shots almost dead even. The Tampa Bay Lightning 24. We got a little bit of an echo, or what's going on? Should be good. Should be good. Okay. Grinding away low and slow over here. What camera do we have? Do we have the? Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Okay. Nicely done. Chat, loaded it up for us. Again, we'll get back to some of these questions. We have a Tampa Bay penalty. Nikita Kucherov going to sit for 2 minutes. And we'll get another look at the Colorado Avalanche power play, folks. Right now, again, if you're following along, 18-20. Our bad, we cut out a little bit, but hey, that's just the low-budget Hockey Night in Scottsdale People's cast over here, grinding through it, giving it to you. Yeah, that's interference. I mean, Kucherov, he's trying to set a pick there. Tays gets a little bit of a big body. Those Russian boys, they're built like a cigarette machine. They're built like a Sub-Zero or an old-school jukebox. I mean, fuck, that's a tank, even though he doesn't look it.
Yeah, you guys should be able to hear us fine and see us fine now, even though we do have the Wi-Fi is garbage, bro.
Yeah, it's not
It must
perfect.
just be a weird day.
Yeah, it's a weird day. Stay with us over here, folks. Again, we're doing our best, grinding away, trying to give you, the people, the best coverage we can get. Again, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish over here in North Scottsdale. How's the Wi-Fi here? Audio good, okay?
Yeah, we should be all good.
Yeah.
I like that. Shout out to StreamYard. I like that we keep the same thing. Like we didn't lose it.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're out for a little, but we have 130 people back. Like we're ready to go. 17:42 remaining in the third period. Colorado's on the power play if you're following along with us. 2-2 game. It's all knotted up at 2. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Fuck, that fucking thing is freezing. What the fuck? Nothing we can do about bad internet.
No.
Just the internet's fucking up tonight.
You just got to stay with it, stay in the pocket, and sometimes, she goes, and sometimes you don't. Trying to think here. Should I try to change it to this one? Midstream or no?
We're gonna cut out, but it's up to you. Whatever you think.
Well, I mean, if it's this one looks like it's stronger, Like,
yeah, if you have it, fuck it.
Folks, we are grinding away here. Just trying to stay with it. Stay in the pocket. Looks like we got better Wi-Fi with this one, though.
Yeah, it looks better.
Okay. All right, we're back in the game here. We got the Colorado Avalanche again. If you're following along with us here, stay with us. This is one of those nights where we're grinding away on ladies' night, folks. 16:51 and counting in the game here. Colorado Avalanche have about 28 odd seconds left as Ryan Johansson, that's Nate McKinnon, massages the puck right along the end wall of the blue line, and they're able to keep it in as Devin Tays plays it down to Johnny Drouin, who they set it up nicely, and they're probably looking for a one-timer here. Man, if they get one here, this would be a statement. You get one early. Oh, looking for the east-west play. We talked about that. If you can get the one-timer, especially through the box, that is a deadly shot and the most dangerous shot on the power play. Oh, wow, what a tip. What a tip. Floater. Yeah, puck's on net. I mean, that is a beautiful tip by Arturi Lehkonen, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, what a headsy play, though. McKinnon, he looked at the cage and he saw that no one was around Lehkonen, and he said, okay, if I can sift this one through, Taylor sift it, and, Lehkonen gets a little bit of lumber on it. This is damn near, a good look. See that? He kind of looks. There is a body, but, as a defenseman Fleury, he's got to play off him. He's not going to tie up with him, especially being down 5-on-4. Great headsy play by McKinnon. He's like he shot it right at his stick, too. It was unbelievable. Yeah, that's just a great play.
Great play. Nothing Vasco FC can do about that. I mean, obviously you want Lehkonen's stick to be tied up a little bit more, but that's the power play. And like you said, Switch, you keep giving them chances, they're going to score, both of these teams.
Yep, and you look at John Cooper, who looks a little bit befuddled, but hey, he knows his team is rightfully in this. They get a power play goal there, and we're going to take a look at this. I don't know what happened. Maybe they're looking at an offsides. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a clock issue.
Okay, I was going to say they're looking at that play that ultimately they entered the zone with Nate McKinnon. I didn't think it was offsides, but Lehkonen gets on the board. He was hurt early in the year. 16:22, Rob, though. A lot of time left in this game, a lot of time left on the couch here. So, folks, please get at us in the chat. Again, right around the 13-minute marker, we will go to our first commercial break. We'll get at you in the chat. Please load up those questions. We missed a few of them, for being honest, when we cut out there, just at intermission for about 2 or 3 minutes. So please load those questions up. Get firing. Again, we want to give you the best raw, uncut game film footage, insight, whatever it is that you can't get anywhere else. So Bo Byram looking for a hat trick. Imagine Bo Byram gets a hattie in Tampa. No way that wasn't offsides. Oh my God. Oh my backhand. How are you, Stammer? How do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way. How the hell did that get through? How did that get 150 feet? It looked like Stamkos was at the top of the circle when he caught that.
The whole Matthew Shane.
Holy Dutchy guitar night.
Oh, yeah, this has got to be off.
It's got to be off, no?
Oh, wow, that's on. Oh, no, I think it's on.
I don't know. Look at that pumpernickel, though. Look at that pumpernickel. That was filthy. He said, hey, how you doing? I'm going over to my side piece's house, and I'm coming home, and I'm banging you, too. Boom. Wow. Hey, how you doing, honey? I'm going out for the night. I'm coming back later. I'm coming back with a tuck, and we're getting back in bed with you. 1-2, Dipsy-do, no review, onside. Steven Stamkos, 23rd of the year. He'll probably get to 35-odd goals as a 34-year-old. Man, I hope they re-sign him. Sign the captain. I mean, he lives on Davis Island. Like, the guy's got a house on a fucking island in Tampa Bay. He doesn't want to leave that. Can you take a haircut, Stammer? Maybe less term. I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Do a commercial. Make up for it somewhere else.
Come on. Let's keep the captain there. You are Lightning hockey. When I think of Lightning hockey, I think Marty St. Louis, Yellow Synergy, Vinny LeCavier on the Champagne in 2004, and Dave Andrechuk, 49 years old, winning the cup there. So those are 4 players I look at when I'm looking at Tampa Bay hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to see him go. Like, I want Stamkos to finish his career there. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah. Folks, again, if you're following along right now, we apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. We're grinding through it. It is ladies' night. It is the matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the visiting Colorado Avalanche right now. 3-3. What a response, by the way. And, Rob, a lot of guys get those chances on a breakaway right after, maybe a goal against, but how many guys actually bury that? Stamkos is one of those guys when he got that, we knew he was scoring.
You knew it.
It's just, you knew he was tucking. It's like the guy you go out with at the bar. You just know he's coming home with some trim. It just happens. He's going to fuck something tonight, and either way you cut it up, it's going in the hole.
Yeah, it reminds me of my friends that they were homeless at times and they just had to keep playing away game after away game. And it doesn't matter what the girl looked like. They needed a place to stay. So they're going to whack them.
Yeah, speaking of away games, I had a lady stay over the other night, Rob, and I just wanted to ask the people, listen to the chat. If you have a one-night memory professional tryout, one-night stand, it is mutually agreed upon, right? Like, it's two willing combatants willing to play Twister in the late hours of the night. What time is checkout the next day, especially on a business night, right? Like, I don't want to get too up close and personal with this, but is noon a little late? I'm just wondering, people, like that checkout time, we got stuff to do. We got to be working. We got things we got to get up to. Noon just seems a little late for me. So it's not an extended stay over here in North Scottsdale. I was just curious, folks, what time is checkout in terms of after a one-night stand? I talked about it today on Live on 5 podcast, but I just want to know, people of Hockey Night Scottsdale, what time is that checkout, baby?
1 day contract.
Yeah, 1 day contract. It's a professional tryout. Look, she's using me as much as I'm using her. Again, it's two willing combatants. I'm not acting like I'm a fucking frat boy beauty over here getting laid all the time. I'm just saying, you eat a little trim. She comes back to your place. What time is checkout the next day? For me, I thought 12:30 was a little late. I mean, come on. I'm coming back. Yeah, I'm coming back from a couple of calls, a yoga class, and, she's still hanging out like the Asian girl in Happy Gilmore. You don't want breakfast? It's like, what's going on?
10 a.m. We got 9 a.m. 10 a.m.
Yeah, I think like 9 is. I mean, even 9 is pretty late on a work day. 3
a.m.
I typically I have no problem cuddling after. You know what? We can hang out. We can go to bed. All good. The Twister game was nice. The shadow box was great. You ended up over here on top of this. Whatever. Perfect. But I'm just saying the next day. What time is checkout, folks? Let's get a respectable hour because Gucci, as you know, at some point, usually at a hotel after 11 a.m., if you're not out, they're charging you for that full day after.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got 9, 10, 11. 11's a little late for me. I'd say around the 9 mark.
Yeah, I mean, we're not 21 anymore, right? We're not in college. We're not skipping Sociology 202 to kind of hang out and have a day with it, right? We got to get on with our lives. Again, maybe I'll see you again. Maybe I won't, but again, we'll talk that out later. Right now, baby, it's Tuesday. I got to get moving. I don't have a wig on. I don't have my Franklin on. My chin's tucked, and I'm out there in the real world trying to make shit happen. So, folks, I just wanted your honest opinions over here. I'd like to get at it in the chat and just keep this, an open door policy where we can talk things out and be ourselves. But anyways, back to the game.
I want to know what Sky thinks. We have a lady in the chat. Sky, you whack a guy. What time are you getting out of his place the next day? Reminder, you're on a 1 day contract.
Right.
It's a mutually agreed contract.
Right. It's
what do you think?
You get called up from Jacksonville. You're going to Tucson. Okay. That's coming from the Eastern League over to the AHL. Now, it's not the National, so you're not getting full per diem pack. You're not getting your room and board or flight. But, hey, you get signed that 1 year deal, no guarantees.
Kyle, yes, we would absolutely come to Montreal, 100%. We'll try to make it happen to the best of our ability. We're going to get back to the game here. 13:47 remaining in the third period. We have it all tied up at 3. We have it all balloon knotted up at 3 o'clock. Oh my God. Fuck.
What?
It's 3-3. I can't fucking talk. Do you think this goes to OT? Oh! Kucherov has to have 40 shots on that thing. How many shots does Kucherov have on that? Also, I want to see my prize picks thing. Folks, remember to use code HeatDaddy at Prize Picks for 100% deposit boner, up to $100. I got Cernak at 3 hits. Oh, I think I'm in trouble here.
Folks, again, great game. Steven Stamkos buried that breakaway he got in and around just the Colorado defense. He was able to squeak by. And then again, he went, "Hey, how you doing?" to his wife. I said, "I'm going back out and I'm tucking something." So that was forehand, backhand, forehand. Like you read it up. How's your mother? What is your skunk doing later? And do you have any side action? Because that was certified filthy and honestly a little rude. So, folks, again, right now, 13:15 to play. Again, we apologize about the technical difficulties. We sincerely do. We take that to heart. That's on us. It's just been one of those nights with DirecTV. That's why I'm not really a dish guy. You never know what's going on with those fucking satellites. I love plugins. I love cable. It's just where I live. You have to do the fucking satellites. So, again, we apologize. That is our bad. I will take all the responsibility. I love chopping it up with you people, but it rattles me over here. So, thank you again for staying with us. Stay light, stay tight, and stay bright, baby. 12:44 remaining here in the third period as Mikey Isamount plays a puck up to his line mate, Brendan Hagel, who is spear tackled by a young Bone Byron. He took him out like a goddamn linebacker, like he's playing rugby over in Australia. What a fucking midfield tackle that was. Like a young Darrell Revis, like a young Ed Reed.
Hagel's been all over it tonight in terms of like mixing it up.
Yes.
He's been mucking it up with everybody.
He's always around the puck, and I think that's why they signed him such long term. He's such a ball hawk. I mean, he's no matter if he's in the game in terms of impacting it with his points or his play, he's always just in the play, Rob. Like he's just around the puck. He's a hound. He's the guy that drags his teammates into the fight, and that's why I love that kid's game. He's a fucking pit bull out there.
Did Chris Kreider get a hat trick tonight? Is that true? Hard to we can't keep up with anything when we're doing this.
Folks, keep getting at us in the chat. Again, next whistle, we will be going to a commercial break. That'll be the first one of the third frame. So please load up the chat, get at us, ask us any questions. We've got a great game right now. I mean, it's knotted up at threes. As a young Pat Foley would say, it's tree in a third period. So, folks, again, right now, 3-3, live from the couch in Scottsdale. That is North Scottsdale, be specific, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, and your boy, the Heat Daddy, on the call as always, as we do over here Thursday night, ladies' night, and that'll go for an icing. Folks, we're going to line it up over here in the Tampa Bay offensive zone. We're going to get a look probably at the first line coming over the boards, but it's been a great game so far, Gucci. I think it's crazy to say. I don't know if the next goal wins because it could be a power play goal, and these teams, man, they can strike like lightning. No pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, you had to think that this was going to be knotted up like a lesbian bachelorette party. I mean, these teams are just too good to give up. It's too good of it. Too good, both sides of the puck, each team. I mean, I wouldn't say next goal wins at all. I mean, I'd say you have to wait till that. Oh my God. Oh, that go in.
Oh, yeah. What a fucking.
Kucherov is a fucking freak.
This guy is unbelievable. And
He's a freak.
Like I said, I tweeted up before the game. I don't know if his heart rate goes over 53. What a fucking play by Braden Point here. To all you young hockey players, watch him post up Makar in front of the net here. Watch this play. Inside positioning, skate to stick, finds Kucherov on the back door. He's coming down the dot lane, and he's able to find him because he senses him. It's a sixth sense. When you're a great player, and oh my God, Kucherov, I mean, he didn't have to do the goalie like that. He could have just put it over his glove. He also goes skate to stick, and he puts that thing where Grandpa hides the Percocets, as Bobby Gucci would say, where Grandma hides the black dildos, as I would say, where Grandpa hides, well, the 9mm pistol and a couple fucking painkillers. Holy shit. What a play. But that all started with Braden Point. You back that play up. Braden Point, the inside positioning he was able to establish on Cale Makar. You can't teach that. He boxed him out like he was in the paint. Like that's like a Sean Livingston, like a smaller player playing inside the paint, posted him up in the mid-range position right on top of the paint. And then what does he do? He finds Kucherov coming down the dot lane because he knows he's going to be there. He throws it to an area. Kucherov, skate to stick, and then just fucking right under the bar. How you doing? Holy fuck. But I don't think this is that. I don't think this is the end of the game, Gucci. I think Colorado, the way they played, they could easily pot one here, and we could be looking at bonus hockey. But, man, what a play from that first line. Braden Point confirmed smoked cigarettes and confirmed is a great post player for an undersized guy. And we got a little bit of a twirl up here behind the net. Wow. Isamount. We talked about him earlier. A guy that came into Tampa Bay. He just embraced the culture of Tampa Bay. He's mixing it up with Jack Johnson right now. No, it's Jack Johnson and Isamount. I mean, they're up and they're still mixing it up. So great goal. I know that was a long-winded little sequence there, but I just love how Braden Point was able to post a bigger defenseman up like that. And what a play. And Isamount, look at him. Look at this guy. I mean, they just scored. He's still mixing it up. He's saying, fuck you. We're coming for the fucking blood.
Wants a piece of them. Everybody wants a piece of Isamount all the time. It didn't look like any penalties happening there.
That's just big boy hockey playing by an undersized guy. Folks, again, please get at us in the chat. We want to hear from you, the people. We are here live from the couch in North Scottsdale, Arizona. The desert, baby. Thursday night, ladies' night, again, 11:07 remaining in the third period. If you're following along, shots right now, 30-25 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. This game, 4-3 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Thank you to Nikita Kucherov and Braden Point. A great play. Two guys that went skate to stick, made a hell of a play. Again, the post-up play. throwing it back door, the Daryl side door. Kucherov picking it up and going fucking bunker. You love to see it. And we're getting a look here at the second line. Oh, sorry, the first line with Kuch, Stammer, and Pointer. Man, this has been a great game so far. I love the pace of it. I love just it's picking up. You see the emotions are flying high. Ice him out, putting Jack Johnson's chin right on the fucking pavement, right on the ice. Him getting up, getting worked over like a redheaded stepchild. It's been good hockey so far, Gucci.
No, it's been one of the best games we've covered for sure. And like you said, this game's definitely not over.
No, I think things are starting to heat up. Colorado, intensity, emotions are flying high. I love how Ice him out though. He comes over the boards after his team scores, and there's a little bit of a dust up, and he's right in there. He's initiating the contact. To me, that shows me that your team is fully engaged, and you're also trying to push them further back on their heels after they scored the go-ahead goal. That is winning hockey. That is saying we are not satisfied where we're at, and we know there's still 10-odd minutes in this game, and we're going to fucking keep the pedal on this thing. So I love that play from Ice him out. It just shows his team that, hey, we're still fucking coming. This game ain't fucking over, baby.
Sorry, to get my tweets out. Whenever I go silent after a goal, it's because I'm tweeting about the play.
Yeah, chat, keep loading it up right now. Ask us anything. Again, we got about 9:40, 9:50 right now on the clock, 9:51 and counting. The puck right now in the Tampa Bay and, the offensive end, that is, as Eric Cernak sends it down the wall. And Sorelli's able to corral it. Ice him out. I love this line, man. Just a bunch of little fucking gamers. You got Hagel, you got Sorelli, and you got Ice him out. Just 3 water bugs that are fucking buzzing right now. All undersized guys, all guys that play bigger than they are. Gucci, let's get to the chat, brother, because we're going to a commercial break right now.
Checking in from the Texan in West Loop. I don't know what the Texan is, but if you're checking in from Texas, that would be cool. Hockey Night, Scottsdale, worldwide. Love to see Texas. The Leafs just choked a 2-goal lead in 3 minutes. No way.
What's that score? Because I had Philadelphia plus 135 tonight on the Mr. Iceman's show earlier. Elio, thanks for having us, brother, straight out of Tony's Place. Shout out to Blues Buzz, fella. Thank you for organizing that. PJ, we will be in St. Louis. Boots on the ground, chins tucked, throwing both ways. March 2nd, that is a live show at Wheelhouse downtown, a bar there in St. Louis. We're going to be doing a show prior to the St. Louis Blues and Minnesota Wild game. That game's going pretty early that day. It's a matinee special, 2 o'clock. So we'll be doing our live show right around noon. That's high noon, right in your jaw, baby.
Apparently the Leafs just scored. Philly just scored. It's 3-3 in
my
that game.
God.
Chat, fired up for us. Come on, we're in the final frame. We need something from you guys here.
Keep firing it up, folks. Again, get at us in the chat. Ask Swish, your boy, Pete Daddy, anything over here. We are at probably one of our last commercial breaks. Again, grinding through all the technical difficulties, showing you, trying to bring you the best game. Again, we will be at Mullet Arena next week for the Coyotes and Toronto Maple Leafs game, doing a Manning Cast special. We'll be streaming that on the Coyotes YouTube page. Details and hard confirmation still being worked over. Hopefully, we'll have all those details tomorrow. We'll be able to promote it and go from there. But again, right now, watching this game, 4-3. Go ahead.
Any shot the fellas ever make it to Texas?
All my exes live in Texas. I would love to get to Texas. Dallas is a great town. There's a Moxie's there. Shout out to Katie's Ice House. That's a great spot right on the bike trail there. I would love to get there. I think we got to build our bag a little bit in terms of before we get to Texas. But, Bobby, as we always say, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we coming.
All right, we're going to get back to that question. I saw there's a couple. Let the questions drip. We'll get back to them when we can. 9:40 remaining here in the third period if you're following along.
Yes, we got about 145 odd people in here. Folks, if you've asked one question, fuck it. Ask another one, man. I love answering your guys' questions. I know Robbie does too, so get at us in the chat, please. You guys are the heartbeat of the show. Again, right now, 9:24 remaining in the third period. Right now, the Lightning leading 4-3, but I don't think this game is over. I think there's going to be a late push from the Colorado Avalanche. Anytime you have the dog, that is Nate Dog McKinnon, on your team, Gooch, that guy, he'll probably play the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they want to win this fucking game. They didn't go all the way to Tampa for this shit.
No, absolutely not. And anytime you're in the Southern Belt, you're playing against a team that you met, close them out in the Stanley Cup final, there's always a little bit more animosity in terms of the game. So Right now, McKinnon, look at his fucking nose, man. It's on the side of his head. He's got the bigger visor on. He's got the Carl Soderberg visor on right now. Did he steal that from Soderberg in 2019? Holy fuck,
Oh,
fella.
windshield.
Holy, he's got the welding shield on like a young Ray Ferraro. Chicken farm.
H82, we do see the chat, fella.
We see the chat, baby. Keep getting at us. Come on. Ask us anything, baby. Again, right now we got 9-10 to play as this puck is going to go for icing. Darren Radish collects it in his trapezoid and sends it over to one of the officials. We will line it up in the Colorado defensive zone, folks, right now. 9-10 to play. Again, if you're following along, please get at us in the chat. Send us your pictures of you watching the game with us on the feed as well. Tweet that at us. That's at HeatDaddy69420, I believe, and J_Swish24. So please, wherever you're tapping in from, watching the game, we would love to see those pictures. That makes my night, as always, after the streams, to look at those. Where are you watching from? What's your setup? I know that one picture was the all-time picture of the guy watching Johnny Sins tee off on a girl with Hockey Night in Scottsdale in the background. So, again, send us your setup, where you're watching from. But right now, we got a great game. Colorado needs a late push. We'll see what they can do. Tampa Bay pouring the coals to them a little bit right now. They got the three-quarter ice offense going. They are fucking like white on rice in terms of they're playing sticky ass D. It's that sushi grade rice. It's very sticky. You try to wash your hands with dial soap, it still doesn't come off. It's just stick on puck. It's white on rice. It's very fucking bloodhound like.
I don't know why the chat is saying we can't see the chat. We can see everything. I'm drawing it up on the screen here. Yeah, we'll have these hoodies available soon. But we're going to leave the rest of the questions that are coming in for when we're not playing. But that is offsides. Stamkos gets in. Now, I think the game's over if Tampa gets another one. But until then, I'm not. This game is not over.
No, I think
all the players are pissed, bro.
Yeah,
everyone's mad tonight.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, well, anytime you're playing a team that closed you out or you ended their season, especially in the Stanley Cup final, like, man, there's a lot on the line. Like these guys, like they have memories like elephants, Rob. Like these guys fucking know what this means. Even a regular season game, like they know very well that they could end up seeing each other in the playoffs again. I know Western Conference, Eastern Conference, but hey, anytime you can send a message to a team, especially you played in the Cup final, even if it was 2 years ago, a lot of the same guys are still here. You're gonna fucking let them know that, hey, we're still here, motherfucker. And if we see you, we both make it out of our conferences. We're coming for your chin. We're the better team. So as good players, as elite players, especially Stamkos, the head of the snake, McKinnon, the head of the snake there in Colorado, you want to beat these guys, man. It's what it comes down to. That's fucking competition.
Yeah, Colorado right now, they're so good. When you get the puck, they're all over your hands, not in like a hooking way, but like their sticks, both these teams' active sticks are out of control. I mean, I wouldn't be able to last. If I had the puck in National Hockey League against these teams, I'd lose it in under a second.
Yeah, that's long, heavy sticks. You know what I mean? Things you might
something I don't have.
Right. Long, heavy lumber. Oh, Glenn Denny gets pushed to the boards there. And
by Nate Dogg. We get into the fucking freak.
He is so goddamn strong, too. Speaking of a guy that's built like a fucking Sub-Zero refrigerator, a deep fridge, Nate McKinnon, I mean, does that guy put anything bad in his body? Like, this guy's just strictly just meat, potatoes, creatine. I don't even think he can probably choose. Probably doesn't even have a Zyn guy, you know? Yeah, he's probably just that clean. Like, oh, my chin music there. Jesus Christ, Purpix. Get out of St. Cloud State, throwing it right around the ears. Anytime you get that chin music, that ear, that rubber coming in right around your dome piece, that gets a little spooky. Anyways, folks, back to the game right now. 7:05 remaining right now for 3 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning, the home team at Amalie Arena on Thursday night. It is ladies' night, not only in Scottsdale, but all over the country. Folks, it is post-Valentine's Day. I know you probably took your skunk somewhere yesterday, but hey, it's back to fair game. If you have a side piece, take her out tonight because maybe you were busy last night and maybe you can make a little room for her. How funny is it, Rob, when you on Valentine's Day, by the way, when all the Instagram posts come out, it's like there's so many people you didn't even know that were in a relationship that were just hiding this bitch for the last 12 months. Or maybe it's a girl hiding a guy and all of a sudden you get the picture that doesn't even tag them, but it's like Happy Valentine's Day. It's like, oh my God, like you're still wheeling for sure on the side.
Skunk. Yeah, I mean, that's a holy skunk kind of moment. There's something wrong with my Twitter account where I'm just like not getting the same amount of views. I don't know if it's just the far left trying to bring me down, but it is really starting to piss me off. But Swish, yeah, to your point, I just hate Valentine's Day, whether I'm in a relationship, whether I'm not. I just like, it's just, I don't know. Just fucking post post your bitch or post your dude. And I'm not trying to refer to women as bitches here.
No.
I'm just saying, do it randomly. Do it regularly if you're going to do it. Don't wait for one day where everybody piles it on. Oh!
Off the dome.
Zach Parisi. How are you?
Zach Parisi ringing the fucking tower like a young Osama. Folks, that's not a 9/11 joke. That's just a pure fucking, I don't even know, terrorist joke. My God. Just buzzing the tower. Jesus. Parisi with a nice little look there, but in and around the defenseman. Good stick by Hedman, but it pops right back out. And, yeah, a little chin music on Vasilevsky, but a good look, but a good stick here from Hedman. Stick on puck, fella. You're not getting that through me. Thanks for coming. But it takes a fortuitous bounce right to Zach Parisi. And he was a little chin music there on the goalie of Vasilevsky. But, folks, again, you're following along right now. 6:14 to play here, remaining in the third period as Bo Byram massages it nicely. Now, okay, we got to switch to the partners. We got Bo Byram and Cale Makar playing together. Jared Bednar always does this late in the game, especially when they need a goal. So now we have two of the more offensive-minded defensemen in the league, two guys that play very well together out there with the big line. So you have their five. So I like when Bednar does this. He shortens the bench. He puts the five best players on the ice. Now, Devin Tays, probably, yes, a better defenseman than Bo Byram, but offensively speaking, Byram. I think he moves it a little bit better than Tays. So I like that switch, especially a five-man unit. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Sorelli, he's going 5-hole. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I needed that. I needed him to have a point.
You knew he always goes 5-hole. Garage door, he tries to open it up, park his fucking, rubber biscuit in there. Great save there from the netminder, but he didn't really make a move too much. Those 5-hole shots, they always look nasty if it works. It looks kind of dust if it doesn't. But Sorelli with a nice look in and around Devin Tays, he's able to sneak by the defenseman and get a breakaway grade A chance look with a matte black helmet on and a couple chains to boot. Those are gold chains, folks. Bobby Gucci, what do we have in the chat right now, my friend?
But you really need my waiter who? It's for my snack.
Is Rob Gucci ready for the east side after wheelhouse? I don't know what that means, Switch.
I don't think you are, Rob. I was trying to tell you a little earlier about the east side of St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about keeping your chin tucked when you go over to East St. Louis. It is the murder capital of the world, but some of the best strip clubs in all of the country. So you always risk it for the biscuit when you go over to the east side, the Penthouse. Shout out to the Penthouse. They actually make a nice Eggs Benedict breakfast when you're leaving at about 7 a.m. after having about 19 tequilas after leaving Wheelhouse at roughly 3:30 a.m. Central Standard.
Thoughts on Morgan Riley's suspension? I think, listen, a guy did a slap shot into the net, Griggs, and Riley didn't like it, cross-checked him in the head. Who cares? It's it. It's entertaining. It's hockey. I don't know why everyone has such a strong opinion on one side or the other.
Like, what did Riley Gregg think was going to happen? And also, I don't mind. I mean, I love it from both sides. I love a guy taking a clapper in the net, and I love a guy, cross-checking a guy for repercussions of what he did, because that's outrageous. I mean, how do you not expect to get hit after that? 5 games, I mean, after what they gave Perron 6, I mean, I thought it was a pretty similar play. So, I mean, it's, it's whatever. It's just, it happens and you move on.
Is Drew Bannister the real deal behind the blue bench?
I played for Banny not in junior, but in San Antonio, the AHL. It was his first year out of junior at the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. Now, Banny had a lot of grown up and learning to do in terms of a coach. Now, I think he's maybe done that. I think he's put his time in the American Hockey League. Seems to have those guys rolling. Is he a long-term fix? I don't know, but he's really, putting together a body of work and a case for himself with Doug Armstrong to say, hey, maybe next year I am the head coach of this team, and that interim tag is ultimately lifted.
How about if I was missing a guy like Val Truskin in matchups like these? I mean, a ton.
Yeah, I mean, you just hope for the best for another guy. It seems like every guy – there's one guy on the team right now in the Players Assistance Program, and that's not making a joke. That's just is what it is right now around the National Hockey League. It's a tough sport. Hockey's a tough game. So you hope Val's okay, but what a fucking player he is, that Russian bear. And another guy that we could see in Best on Best on Russia, Rob, like we talked about how good Russian hockey is. He's unbelievable.
He's in Player Assistance?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So he's back in there. We wish all the best to Valley.
Jim, that's absolutely hilarious. You need to do that. But anyway, 5 minutes remaining. Oh, somebody tries to go short side there. I don't know who that is.
Folks, keep getting at us in the chat right now. Again, Bobby Gucci playing a Jordan-like flu game, but we are gutting this out for you, the people. Please get at us in the chat. We have 130-odd people in here. Load up the chat. We'll probably have one more commercial break in terms of, a stoppage of play of Steven Stamkos, or Luke Glendening, sorry. Wow, he's flying like Stamkos. Jesus. The penalty kill specialist, 41-91, kind of similar when you're sitting in a pair of fast shades that are polarized, and you can't really see a 55-inch TV 3 feet away. But that's neither here nor there because Eric Cernak circles up the puck. He plays a safe play up to Nikita Kucherov, who corrals it right around his own blue line and skates the puck in and around. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Is he sick? Is he the best player in the league?
How does he thread those passes, dude? It's unbelievable.
Is Kucherov the best player in the league?
I think he is.
He's so good.
Obviously, McStevenson, but
I mean, or fucking McKinnon. But like, I just think in terms of pure skill, this guy is the best player. It's not even close.
So it's like every pass he does like that too gets through.
It's literally like the puck is like a yo-yo on his stick. Like he's got it on a string. Like it's crazy. And I think a night like this, when he's really feeling it, you notice how good he is. But he's going to have those off nights where he's going to have that same heartbeat and he's going to be doing nothing out there.
And it's not just luck either. Like some guys will try to throw a pass, they'll get through, it'll be lucky and stuff like that. But like a guy like he sees those openings, he sees those lanes that other guys don't see. It's just fucking insane.
Yeah, and this is another like this line right here. I love this line for Tampa Bay. Sorelli, I know I touched on ice amount as well as Hagel. I mean, it's just three piranhas. Like these guys are undersized. They play way bigger than they are, and they play such a connected game. And what I mean by that, folks, is they're always in a tight area together. They're playing like a Phil Jackson triangle offense. The way they forecheck, two guys in on the puck, one guy up high. It's always that triangle. Just they're very connected. They're in sync, and and shout out to Nick Lachey, in sync. And it's just the way they can, just read off each other. You can tell it's very instinctive, but also they're all on the same page. They're going back to the bench and they're talking it out. So I love that line for them, and I love this line as well. I mean, Tampa Bay, man, if they can get a defenseman, they can replace Sergachev. Now, those guys don't grow on trees, but if you go out, again, I've been hammering it all night, but if you get a guy like Hanifin, like, fuck, you can win a round or two. And then, as you know, momentum creates its own momentum. That ball gets rolling. These guys could be that team because anytime you got the best goalie in the league in terms of Vasilevsky, man, you always have a chance, Rob.
What do you think they pull the goalie here, Swift?
I would say in the next 48 seconds, and what's up with everyone getting hit in the fucking face with a puck tonight? Is it Chicklets night? Like, everyone's just fucking spitting out Chicklets. They're fucking getting hit in the Patty Verbeek. I mean, this is crazy. There's been like 4 or 5 guys get hit with pucks. You had Glenn Denning not get hit with a puck, but it was a stick. Then you had McKinnon. Now Radish soaks one. McKinnon's got hit twice with the puck in terms of some facial lacerations. So his nose is on the side of his chin right now. He doesn't even look like the same guy. But Radish, yeah, he wears one there. Fella, get up. You'll be all right. Darren, come on. You didn't even get soaked. But okay, folks, again, right now, chat loaded up. We'll probably have time for a couple more questions. I'm sure there'll be a timeout here coming up. Right now, 2:48 remaining in the game. Shots 37-29, 4-3. And I believe the Avalanche are pulling the goalie right now, Rob. So good call. You thought it was probably in and around the time it was ready. And then Jared Bednar wastes no time. And he's going to say, I'm going to pull him. Let's see if he takes a timeout. There's going to be a face-off in the offensive zone for the Colorado Avalanche. No timeout. Okay, I like this lineup here. Who do we got?
I want to answer this real quick.
Yep.
As quick as you're working on Canadian shipping prices, guys. So I ship to Canada too. We don't control that. It's not set by us. There's nothing we can do about it. When I first started shipping merch in 2014, or 2013 actually, shipping to Canada was literally $7. Now minimum it's $22. The only way you can get around that is if you have your manufacturer in Canada, which involves a whole other aspect.
We don't have that.
We don't control the prices when shipping to Canada. It sucks. It's so annoying. But yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick.
Yep. Yeah, it's $22 to $30, sometimes even more. So I just do like a flat rate of like 25 or 30. And
it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's shipping and handling too, right? You got to pay for the tape, all that bullshit. But anyways, folks, what can Brown do for you? What can Hockey Night in Scottsdale do for you? We have an open net over here. Cale McCarr corrals the puck right around his own blue line, and they set up a half-court offense, and we're going to get this thing going because we have a 6-on-5. McCarr dumps it in. He chases his own puck. Dump that thing in and go find it, Cale. You did. And Mikko Rantanen collects it. He sends it over to Drouin, and McKinnon getting high step. Oh, that was a good shot.
Wow, that was a great shot, actually. And this is going to seal the deal.
Nick Sealer.
Oh, my God. If you want that puck on someone's stick, it's going to be the freak of nature, Kucherov, and he somehow misses wide.
Somehow missed wide. I don't even know. It looked like he was passing those targets at the All-Star game with that one. I mean, did he purposely miss that? He's like, fuck, fella. Oh, what a play there by McKinnon, though. If that puck gets through, that's a goal because it hits off a couple bodies. But
I want to point out that play. The awareness to get that puck and not just panic and get it out. He keeps his head up, gives it to Kucherov coming up the middle.
Yep.
A lot of guys are just going to panic and throw that out of the zone. but he looks, sees Kucherov for a chance to seal the deal. But I just want to say that was a good play by whoever did that.
Yeah, headsy play from a winning hockey club. That's no Richard Panic, folks. That is a set of Wiley mitts and a good set of poise, I would say. So, folks, again, right now, 1:46 to play. If you're following along, we appreciate you staying with the boys tonight. Again, we've had some difficulties. We've kind of harped on that, but we just feel bad about it. Anyways, that's going to be offside.
Wait, why are they blowing the whistle?
I don't know. I don't know. What are we calling here?
Hagel again. He's been so rattled tonight.
Hagel hates the refs. He always has. He gets in their face. He motherfucks them. He flirts that line of like, maybe I'm going to take a 10-game or 10-minute misconduct almost every time he talks.
Yeah, but they blew the whistle. It was delayed offside.
I don't know why they have
the puck and they blew the whistle.
Yeah, that's a miscue. Yeah, you got a call from Gary there saying you got to blow this one down. We need this thing to get to bonus hockey. There's a decent amount of people watching Hockey Night in Scottsdale right now. Folks, right now, again, please. Again, we'll take maybe one more question after the game. We appreciate you following along. Eric Cernak, that is a cocky play going for the empty net. Cernak, I don't know if you're the guy to shoot for that thing, but as coaches, a lot of coaches now do say, like before, they would say, no chance, shoot this. But Cernak, shoot it. Why not? Go for it, fella. I mean, you're close.
Yeah, nowadays they say shoot it, but
the odds and the analytic department says shoot it. So a lot of coaches have kind of gone to that. Just fire away. We'll take the face off on our own end. It doesn't really matter. Bednar calls timeout here. We're going to get a look at the power play, the 6-on-5 setup, not a power play, but a man advantage look. So, you know what? I would like to see a guy like Bo Byram out here. I know they got their forwards and their one defense, but how do you not slide Bo out there? I mean, maybe even just playing like in the middle somewhere. Like he's silky.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough ice to take, but like you said, I mean, dude, this has been a hell of a game, man. And you know what sucks, Swift? This game should be on national TV.
It really should. I don't know what the national televised games tonight were, but
I want to check.
We should take a look at that. And right now, folks, we have 1:36 to play. Obviously, the Colorado cage is empty, the Nick cage, and there'll be a face-off in the Tampa Bay Lightning defensive zone. So we'll see what they can do here. I like to see a guy like Bo Byram come over the boards. He's not going to be out there, but I mean, 2 goals tonight. If I'm Bednar, I'm like, fuck, this guy's kind of feeling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
if there's one night to add him to 6-on-5, especially having a hot hand. I mean, as a defenseman, when you score 2 goals in a game, I've only done it at the AHL level. I haven't done it at the NHL level, but you feel so crispy, man. You feel juice. You're like, fuck, I know I could get that third one. You're feeling it. So I wish he was out there, but we're going to get a look here at the Colorado 6-on-5. Again, man, Tampa Bay just playing really compact in that zone. Like a compact car you rent from Hertz. It's not the greatest car. It's not the worst car, but you know what you're going to get. It's a nice daily rate. So
it's
Tampa
a
Bay
car.
Yeah, it's a Ford Taurus, right? It's a Jeep Liberty. We'll keep that thing compact. What a play there by Hedman, by the way.
Kucherov giving it back. What an absolute beauty.
Kucherov, that was such a savage play.
I like Kucherov.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Why? It's so cocky though.
He's like Brett Hall, like just too good for empty netters. You know, I don't want that shit. They don't count. Harder on the boards, okay. What another good play by Hedman. Hedman is so good.
So good.
Hedman, he's just the human fucking clock killer. He's the human. He just everything he does. He kills the clock. He kills plays.
Kills people.
He probably takes down a bunch of kills. Who knows? What a slip play. Is he going to finally shoot that? I was going to say, okay, game, set, match, folks. Tampa Bay, that was a 5-on-6 clinic, Rob. I mean, the way that they were just working that, I mean, they didn't even give Colorado a sniff there.
No, I needed Cirelli point, but I also needed McKinnon goal.
I mean, that was the way they were exiting the middle of the ice, the way that even just Hedman, so composed back there. It's a team that's won 2 mugs and played in 3 Stanley Cup finals, even against a cup-winning team. I mean, that was really fun to watch. I mean, as a defensive guy over here, like, the way that they just executed that 5-on-6, like that was fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you, especially with the technical difficulties throughout the stream. But hey, good chat tonight, man. The chat was on fire tonight. Good, solid questions. No bullshit, Swish. I'd like to thank Swish for taking over most of the stream because I'm actually sick right now. But I hung in and I tried to do my best. But Swish firing on Austin Islanders like normal. I can't believe that we're not signed to a 10x10 yet.
We're gonna get there, Rob, and one of these networks out there is gonna see our game film with the Coyotes. it just takes time, baby. Chestnut checkers. And as we always say over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, thank you for joining us, folks. Thank you for being here. You are the heart and soul of Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We will be live hopefully next week in a more official setting over there at the Mullet Arena, the iconic Mullet Arena. Franklin mitt on. I might have a wig on. Gucci might have a helmet on. Nothing is going to change in terms of how we run this ship. It's just going to be a little bit more professional doing the Coyotes game as they score another one, another empty netter, another cast. But next week, look for that stream. It should be official, hopefully by tomorrow, signed, sealed, and delivered. As always, as we say to ourselves, we coming, baby. That's another Hockey Night in Scottsdale. That's another empty netter. Wow, what a nice cookie that is to get, by the way. Just oh my God.
Why did he not catch that?
Byron, are you scared of the puck, fella? Like, come on. What's going on? I know the game's out of reach, but you got to throw your body in front of that. That's a little pathetic.
You look like Scantling Valdez with that one he almost coughed up. But
yeah, if you
no disrespect.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. Folks, Patches O'Houlihan again. Thursday night, ladies' night, live from the couch. Folks, we are going to be signing off. I'm going to take my mullet wig off here, but thank you again. We will be seeing the Manning cast style, hopefully through the Coyotes YouTube next week. We have to finalize that, Drew Miller, but that is the plan. That'll be the official Hockey Night in Scottsdale next week. So look for that. Once we get the A-OK, we will tweet the links out ASAP. Folks, again,
Thank you.
thank you. We appreciate it. The wig is